Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh. I know it's been a minute, but I lost my voice, so I had to get myself together so that I'd be able to come back on here and read. Spirit made me stop for the whole week so that I could get myself together, because it wasn't just me losing my voice. I was sick as well, and if you can hear, you can still hear it in my voice. So today, instead of doing a twin flame reading, we're going to do something different. We're going to do an all signs reading. We're going to go all the way from Aries to Pisces, and we're going to look at whatever it is that Spirit wants to tell you about your situation, okay? So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Everything should be timestamped below in the description box, okay? All right, here we go. Hi, Aries. Here we go. What's going on with you and in your situation? Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you. Okay, Aries. What does Aries need to know, Spirit? Okay, so we have shocking showing up here as the overall energy, and it's talking about turmoil, trouble, unexpected. All right, underneath this it says breaking point. I'm trying to get it so you can see it. Limit, final straw, overwhelmed. All right, then we have intimacy showing up here. It says bonding, sensual, confiding. Okay, so there's something going on. Hold on, can you clarify shocking, please? Okay, I feel like, Aries, you are going through some type of turmoil or some type of trouble, okay? And I feel like maybe for you, this was unexpected and shocking for you. And you know, you may be at your breaking point when it comes to this situation, all right? You might be at your final straw. But what Spirit is saying is that, you know, you want this lover's relationship, right? Which is Gemini energy, and it is talking about, you know, like I always tell you, a relationship where you and this person have a meeting of the minds, where you are on the same page and you basically, you know, vibe on every level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, where you make the choice to be in a healthy relationship and your person makes the same choice, right? But in order for you to have that, Spirit is telling you, it is going to require you to do healing still, okay? So I feel like maybe you are pissed off. Okay, this is what I'm getting. That you're pissed off and shocked that by this point you're not in a relationship with your person. But the reason why you're not in a relationship with your person, okay, because it's here, okay? The person is in your energy already, okay? And we got second chances here, right? Okay? Talking about, you know, making amends, opportunities, okay, and reconciliation, because for a lot of you this is a past life connection. But there has to be healing, and without this healing you're going to continue to sit in this energy, is what Spirit is saying. Okay, all right, so we also have that fell. We've got chasing, okay, we have influences, emotional storm, and we got hoping, okay, here. So I feel like you have a lot of hopes and expectations when it comes to your situation, when it comes to your love life, okay? You're trying to manifest the things that you want. But what you have to understand about manifestation is about you putting yourself in that energy, about you putting yourself in that timeline, about you doing what needs to be done for you to show up in that timeline. And Spirit is telling you that it's healing. That's what's going to put you in the timeline that you want for you to get this lover's relationship, okay? All right, let me clarify chasing. Okay. You got a lot of people in your reading, Aries. There's a lot of people showing up. Okay, so chasing, it says pursuit, toxicity, resilience, right? So I feel like you've been through a lot with the Four of Cups here, okay? This is Spirit talking about, you know, you being bored with your love life, you being bored with the state of affairs, right? You're always in a situation where you end up having to chase the other person is what Spirit is telling you here, right? And you feel like you just tired of it, right? You're, you know, apathy is the word that's coming, hate. You're tired of this same situation where you step into these connections with these people and the person ends up, you know, running away and you end up having to give chase in some form of fashion. It doesn't have to be literal chasing. It could be, you know, you always doing more than the other person, okay? And the person picking and choosing what they want to give you, so on and so forth, right? And, you know, you're trying to chase. I feel like what is going on is you're actually trying to chase your happiness. You're feeling like if you chase after these people, you're going to find your happiness, because by the time you start chasing, you already have feelings for these people, right? And this is what ends up putting you in this state of apathy, in this state of boredom, in this state of like depression when it comes to your love life, because you don't understand, number one, why you got to fucking chase anybody. And I feel like you don't have to chase them either, okay? But it's also, like I said, is what is creating this apathy towards your love life, because you feel like you having to do everything and ain't nobody else doing nothing. But it's your choices. I tell you this every week, right? So we back to the same thing. Your picker is fucked up, Aries, okay? And you know I can say this to you, and I'm saying this with all the love in the world, okay? That your picker is fucked up, because like I told you, all of us that I read for, it's the same thing, okay? But what Spirit keeps trying to tell you, I have to tap on the well, here, it's here. I have to tap on the camera to tap you on your head to get your attention. This is what Spirit keeps trying to tell you. And you can't ignore this, okay? And think that this is going to stop, okay? You're going to continue to experience the same shit where you are trying to chase your happiness, or here, put it here, where you're having to chase your happiness and you feel fucking pissed off and upset and, you know, wanting to throw your fucking hands up when it comes to your love life. But what you got to understand, Aries, is that you doing it to yourself. When you don't heal, you're just saying you want to do more of this. That's what your actions are saying by you not doing this, because it's like people keep thinking, okay, that they don't have to do nothing. That just because Spirit is telling you that there's somebody in your energy coming towards you who wants to treat you right and wants to do right by you, that you don't have to do anything to get it, but you do have to do something to get it. Because I keep trying to tell y'all, we are in a different timeline than the majority of people, okay? We signed on for some shit that, excuse me, that everybody else didn't sign, didn't sign on for, okay? I'm talking, it's not just you. It's 11 other signs where this is going on as well. But if you don't come to Jesus and realize that you have work to do and do that work, all that's going to keep happening is this, okay? All right, you having to do this. People running away from you and you not understanding why that's happening, okay? All right, then we've got influences here, right? It says attachments, third parties, peers. So you got people, some of you got people putting you into third party situations, right? Having like all kind of unhealthy attachments to people and peers, and people, sticking you in situations that you don't want to be in, all right? Because we got, look, we got all these people in your fucking read. We have the Queen of Wands here, and we have the Queen of Pentacles showing up here, right? So I just feel like these are things that Spirit is saying that you need to work on. Like, you need to work on your presentation, right? Because this is your energy here with the Queen of Wands, right? Fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? So, and then with the Queen of Pentacles, it's about you providing the very things that you're chasing other people for. It's about you providing these things for yourself, is what Spirit is saying, okay? Because with the Queen of Wands, this is about you knowing that you're worthy, knowing what you deserve, knowing that you the baddest thing in the fucking room, and carrying yourself that way with the Queen of Wands, okay? And then with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like Spirit is saying that the stability and security and groundedness and things that you want from other people, you're never going to get them until you start to give them to yourself. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. You want security, you want a long-term healthy relationship, you have to start by giving it to you, okay? All right, then we got emotional storm here. It says turmoil, unstable, affected, okay? I feel like this is the emotional toll that all this shit is taking on you, okay? To clarify, we got the Queen of Cups showing up here. This is a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then we got the Three of Wands here. So you have a lot of love to give, right? And you are waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for what it is you want to come in, right? And because some of you been waiting so long, there is an emotional storm here. I feel like all of your emotions and things, you're trying to suppress it, but it's starting to bubble up to the surface. It's starting to get out of hand because you're getting frustrated about why this hasn't happened yet. Because like I said, people try to say that fire signs, they're not, emotional. They're, but I'm going to tell you a secret. I know a lot of Aries. And all the Aries I know are very emotional. They just hide it better than other people. Okay? And I don't say that to say it's a bad thing, because I'm a water sign and I don't have a problem with emotion. I feel like emotion is very healthy. That if you don't show emotion, there's a fucking problem. That's when I feel like you got a fucking problem, when you focusing only on the logic and you don't give into the emotion, or you don't allow yourself to deal with your emotions, or allow yourself to deal with them in a healthy manner. Let me say it like that. So I feel like you are wanting, you have all this love to give and you're ready to give it, and you're waiting for your ships to come in, but Spirit is saying, you skipping steps. You're trying to go from the very beginning or in the middle and jump straight to the end. And you don't watch movies like that, right? You don't turn on the TV and say, I'm gonna watch this movie, but wait. Or like you either do it from the beginning, or you get halfway through and you like, wait, I'm not gonna watch the rest of the movie. I'm just gonna go to the end and find out what happened. Spirit is saying that's what you're doing. And in this case, you can't do that. It's not gonna work, okay? Because you got all these hopes, wishes, because I hear hoping and wishing and praying. I hear all of that in my head, right? You have all these hopes, expectations, and faith, and you're trying to manifest this relationship, right, with this person. But Spirit is saying you gotta put in the work, or you gonna get left out in the cold. Basically, you're gonna continue to feel left out in the cold if you don't do the work. Okay. All right. Let me get some advice for you. So we have let go. All right. It says, I let go of things that I've outgrown. The angels suggest that you let go of any dead weight in your life, whether that's a toxic relationship, a job that's no longer fulfilling, or simply some negative thinking patterns. This will make space for positive new things to come into your life. So like I said, the whole message, what Spirit has basically been saying, is that you have to do the work if you want to reap the rewards. Okay. All right. So we have A message from your person. It says, I wish we could be together, but it's complicated. And what is partially complicated about it is that you have to be ready for this relationship just like you expect your person to be ready, you know? Because like, how is that fair that your person is working on themselves? They're bending over backwards trying to be the best that they can be and bring their best to this situation. But, you know, you're ignoring the very thing that's gonna get you exactly what it is you want. So if you're looking for the key to this, you're looking for the key to get this person, you're looking for the key to be able to give your love to your person, it's the healing, okay? All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye, Aries. Hi, Taurus. Let's see what you need to know about your love life today. I hope everybody is doing well. And you had a good week last week. Okay, here we go. What does Taurus need to know, Spirit? Okay, Taurus. So the overall energy you have for this week is the Time card, okay? So it says waiting, cycles, moments. So I just feel like this is just talking about like you waiting for, you know, what you want to happen in your love life to happen with your person to come, right? Then we have one day underneath this. It says someday, somewhere, another time. This could be talking about, you know, past life, not past life, but past exes that you've dealt with, okay? Then we have loyalty here. It says trusting, reliability, believing. This is what you want, I feel like, out of a relationship is to have a lot of loyalty and to have an established foundation, right? A family and security, okay? You want a new beginning, all right? And to try it again because you're ready for, you know, to have a relationship that finally works, okay? Let's clarify time. Okay, so to clarify time, we've got the Ten of Wands showing up here, and we also have the Two of Cups, okay? So I just feel like what Spirit is saying is that, you know, this situation for you has become a burden with the Ten of Wands, right? And that, you know, you're waiting, okay? I feel like, you know, and I feel like you're tired of the waiting as well, okay? And with the Two of Cups, you know, you feel like, you know, what you're wanting is a strong connection and a mutual attraction with someone. You're wanting to have a healthy relationship, but your whole love life has become a burden because it's taking so much time for this person to come in, okay? And you're like, you know, when the fuck is this person going to show up, I feel like, with the one day card, right? Okay. So we've got 4 other cards here. So we have distracted, okay? And it says sidetracked, change, delays, okay? Bluff, pretending, mask, exaggeration. We have silence, frozen, no words, stone wall. And then we have intuition. It says heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. Okay, let's clarify. Distracted, please. Yeah, I feel like, you know, you may feel distracted in this connection, in this situation, because there's been a lot of changes happening and also a lot of delays, okay? So you may feel like that. You may feel sidetracked and feel out of control and not know what is happening in this situation in your love life because you have to take your hands off the steering wheel. You're having to give over control to Spirit, and I can tell you, I'm here with you on that. At times it feels very disconcerting. It feels very uncomfortable to allow something or somebody else, some other being, to take over, you know, your love life, okay? But you got to also realize, Taurus, that if you knew what to do and it was being done properly, you wouldn't be in this situation. And when I say that, I talk about all of us, because we all in the same situation, right? So we've got to clarify the distracted card. We have the Two of Swords and we have the World here, right? Which is all signs. So I feel like what Spirit is talking about, give me a second to sit with this. Okay. I feel like what Spirit is saying is the reason why there is, you feel sidetracked, or, there's been a lot of delays in this situation, is because there are some red flags that you're not paying attention to, okay? Or it's possible that you weren't paying attention to these things in the past, okay? This can talk about, like, you needed to make a decision about certain things. There could have been people in your life, because I'm being drawn to the swords, people in your life that you need to cut out of your life that you're still holding on to. I'm telling you, all these things that you're being asked to do, if you're not doing them, they can drag your manifestation, slow it down, and have it where it will not come, okay? Or it will not come in a timely manner when you're expecting it to come. So for some of you, there's some shit you're not looking at, okay? Some of you have people around you who don't mean you well, okay? And a lot of you are turning a blind eye to it, is what Spirit is saying with this Two of Swords, right? You're refusing to see these people as red flags, or if you know that they're red flags, you're not wanting to do the uncomfortable thing and cut these people out of your life. Because we talk about this all the time, right? And I tell y'all that, yeah, it's not easy. It's hard. It's hard a lot of times to walk the road alone. But that's why it's so important to have the self-love, because the self-love makes that path that you go down on your own easier. And if you're wanting certain things, right? You're wanting this Two of Cups, right? You're wanting to release burdens. It requires you to let go of things that no longer serve you. And it doesn't always have to be exes. It can be a lot of different leeches in your life. It doesn't even have to be a person. It could be things that are taking up a lot of time in your life. So like if you have an addiction, for example, right? It hasn't come up in the cards, but hold on. Let me let this train pass by. Okay. But if you have like an addiction, for an example, right? Addictions take up a lot of time in your life. You spend a lot of time focusing on that, and a lot of times your addiction will drive your behavior. That's why it's important for you to deal with it. It's the same thing with the people around you. If you got people around you who don't truly see you, who don't truly have your back, who don't truly create a safe space for you to be who you truly are, they're doing nothing but dragging you down. And part of this process, a part of you learning what it is you need to learn in this situation, it's about you cutting out the stuff. It's like, it's like when the farmers have to burn the old crops. They have to burn them all down in order to put those nutrients into the soil and start all over to have a fresh. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to burn it all down in order to be able to start all over. And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying. It's about you putting an end to certain cycles, right? So that you can overcome personal, so that you can overcome certain obstacles, and personal challenges to open up new doors and opportunities for yourself. So sometimes in order to let go, in order to get past certain things, to get what you want, it's going to require you to close the door on other things, because you can't. It's like I see somebody walking down a hallway with a whole bunch of different doorways, and they're wanting all the doors to be open, but that's not how life works. It's like when one door closes, in order for a new door to open, the old door has to close. And I feel like that's what Spirit is trying to tell you, that some of you have allowed these red flags to distract you and stop you from doing the work you need to do in order to move forward and have these new opportunities, okay? And like I said, it requires you to take your head out of the sand. It requires you to do the hard thing and to look at stuff that you don't want to look at, okay? All right, so then we got the bluff card showing up here. It says pretending, mask, exaggeration. Spirit is telling you, you got a lot of people around you, Taurus, and you in particular. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you always got a whole bunch of fucking people in your face, okay? And I'm not saying that like you're causing that to happen. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is you have all these people in your face, but you only have so many slots in your life to have people in your life. And so what Spirit is telling you, that you got a lot of people in your face that are wearing fucking masks. But in order for you to see this, you have to take your head out of the sand and look at those people that are giving you the red flags. Because you can feel it. Sometimes you can just feel it intuitively. How do you feel after you deal with certain people? Do you feel drained? Do you feel like, excuse me, do you feel like the time you spent with them was wasted? Do you not feel refreshed? Do you not feel, because somebody that has your back and that is given to you like you give to them, when you're in their presence afterwards, you feel revitalized, you feel energized. You don't feel like, you've been sucked dry or there ain't nothing left, like the tank is empty, like you just gave and gave and gave and you didn't get anything in return. If you feeling like that with anybody in your life, it's time for you to cut them fuckers out. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? So we have the star here, Aquarius energy. This is to clarify the bluff card. We've got the 4 of Cups here, okay? And we also have the 7 of Wands. So what Spirit is trying to tell you is that there are some things you have to heal. If you want your wishes to come true, you got to get rid of some of these folks. Because I told you only got a certain amount of slots. You only have a certain amount of time in a 24-hour period in order to let certain people in. And it needs to be the cream of the crop is what I hear in my head. Okay? So then we got the 7 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. I feel like this is how you end up most times after connections with people, right? You feel like depressed. You feel like you gave your all and you didn't get shit in return. You feel like, like missed opportunities, right? Like you had these opportunities with these people, but what you got to start to see, Taurus, is that every fucking opportunity is not a positive one. Every opportunity is not the appropriate opportunity for you, is what Spirit is trying to say, okay? And so with the 7 of Wands, this is about you standing your ground and knowing who the fuck is figuring out, because this is about discernment. Remember I tell you, you're going to need discernment to figure out the people who need to be in your life and who need to be going. I remember I told you, particularly in your love life, right? You're going to have to use discernment, but you're going to have to use discernment in the other areas of your life too, because some of y'all got some fucking leeches, because I see leeches. I see a person with leeches all over their body. And like I said, the fact that you always have a lot of people in your energy, I feel like for you, of all the signs in the zodiac, it's particularly more difficult for you because there's a constant influx of people in your life. Okay? So what Spirit is telling you is that, now it's the time for you to heal these things. Because you ain't going to have no time to be trying to cut people out of your life. When your person comes, all you going to want to do is be with your person, right? And this person's going to want to be with you. So it's time for you to cut those people out and do the things you need to do now, okay? And that's what's going to get you out of this energy of feeling like, depressed and hating your love life and stuff like that. It's going to get you out of that energy. And you're coming into it with coming into your situation now with a new energy that you not having it. The person is not playing ball like you playing ball, they need to get the fuck on. And I feel like this is the type of energy that Spirit wants you to stand in and say, my time and my energy is very priceless. And I have to pick and choose. I have to be very careful about who and what I allow into my life. Because remember, I told you, it's not, don't have to just be people. It can be things, right? So Spirit is telling you it's time for you to get rid of these people that are bluffing in your life so that you can take off your mask too and be who you truly are. Because that's the thing too, is that if you got people in your life that are wearing masks, 9 times out of 10, your ass wearing a mask too. Because these people are not loving you for who you truly are, is what I feel like it is going on. And they feel like you're not going to truly love them either. Otherwise, they wouldn't be wearing a mask. Think about that, right? And I feel like that's what it is too. That's what this 4 of Cups is. You feel like there's people in your life that don't fucking truly love you for who you are, if they love you at all. And the reason why is because you wear a mask, because you can't be yourself around them, and they're wearing masks too. And so what type of fucking relationship is that if everybody's wearing a mask? That's what Spirit is trying to get you to see, okay? All right. Then we've got the silence card here. It says frozen, no words, stone wall. Let's clarify and see what this is. Silence, please, Spirit. Okay, so this is about what you want, okay? You want happiness. You want, money, love, groundedness, stability, stable relationship. You want your life partner, right? And I feel like a lot of times, excuse me, you keep this to yourself, okay? Or this could be you feeling like you're being stonewalled in some way or stopped or blocked in some way from this person coming through. And like I said, what it is, it's how you're handling things. Like I told you, you got burdens here that you're carrying, unnecessary burdens, because Spirit is telling you, you do have somebody in your energy. Your soulmate is here, okay? But in order for you to have this happiness and in order for you to have your life partner, you got to do what Spirit is telling you to do. What the recommendation is for you to do, to cut out these people, the places and the things that no longer serve you, okay? And to listen to your intuition, okay? Because it's saying heart song, telepathy, inner knowing, and for you to understand that, as long as you do what you're supposed to do, okay, you are going to have your justice with the Libra energy here, is what Spirit is telling you, okay? So, yeah, you're going to have somebody come in that wants to work together with you, that wants to, build a life with you, okay? But it's about you sitting in your energy, in your divine counterpart energy. And in order for you to do that, you got to cut out your distractions. You got to cut out the shit that is blinding you from seeing what is truly going on and blinding you from being your true self, okay? Because a lot of these connections, is what I'm saying with the bluff card, they're not real connections. They're surface level relationships, like a lot of superficial shit, okay? So with the Empress card, this is also about your divine counterpart coming in and the two of you having this justice and building this relationship. But it is also about you sitting in the divine counterpart energy too, opening your heart up, but knowing the right people to do it with, okay? But that comes with you opening yourself up and being authentic, and then you're going to draw those people to you, because as long as you keep allowing people who wear masks to be in your energy, it's just going to keep being the same shit over and over again, is what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? All right, hold on one second. Excuse me. Okay, so let's get a message from Spirit. Let's get some advice. So we've got rebirth, okay? It says, I'm in constant bloom. I am refreshed, rejuvenated, and reborn. You have entered a period of spiritual awakening and rebirth where you have the opportunity to align with your higher self and the overarching principles that guide you. The angels say to be prepared to be the best you can be. What we just talked about, right? People, your person working on themselves and being the best they can be, it's about you doing the same thing so that you can have the, you can have the outcome that you want. You can have this happiness and this life partner that you want, that you feel blocked from with this silence card, okay? All right. Let's get a message from your person. It says, we've been together for a lifetime. So that's from your soulmate telling you that, you know, they're there. They see you. They know that you're there. And when the time is right, when you know, but you got, it's certain things you got to do. And then, you know, this person's going to come in. Okay. All right. Taurus, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week. And I will talk to you soon. Love y'all, Taurus. Bye. Hi, Gemini. Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you about your situation, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, what does Gemini need to know, Spirit? Okay. Okay, Gemini. So your overall energy, we have the spying card here. So it says social media, social network, information, ways. So you've got people spying on you, okay? Either through your social media, some type of social network. If not, social network doesn't always have to mean social media. It could be talking about like you and this person could be in the same, whether it's the new love or old love, the two of you could be in the same friend group, okay? And they could be spying on you like that, asking other people things about you, you know, gathering information in different types of ways, okay? Then we've got Only You. I hear that song, Only You. What is it, the Platters or whatever? So it says devoted, attached, crave. So you have somebody in your energy that only wants to be with you, that only sees you, right? They're devoted to you. This person craves you. You know, they're already attached to you, even though you're not together with this person, right? Or some of you may be, because I read for people that are already in their connection with their person as well, okay? Then we have releasing. It says letting go, moving on, walking away. This is like the Eight of Cups here, right? So I feel like this is Spirit saying that in order for the new to make way for the new, you have to let go and release the old, okay? All right. Because some of you been through a lot of rejection here. It says abandoned, dismissed. And because of this, you may have an irrational fear about, look, there's abandoned again. You may have an irrational fear of being, you know, left out in the cold and not ever having the type of relationship you want to have when it comes to your love life, okay? All right, so let's start by clarifying the spying card. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles that fell here, okay? So you're wanting to, you know, build something amazing with you know, a life partner here, right? You're wanting love, money, legacy, the whole 9 yards. And I feel like whoever this is that's spying on you here, okay, with the spying card and the Only You, I feel like that's what they're wanting as well. That's why they're spying on you, right? That's why they see you, Gemini, as the only person, right? Okay. You're the first person that got it from the, you're the first sign that got it from their person's perspective, because usually it's coming from your perspective, okay? So we have other cards that fell here. We have withdrawn, okay? Then we have hoping. Then we have fantasy. And then we have return, okay? So let's start out by clarifying this withdrawn card. So it says single, lonely, solitary, okay? I feel like this is the energy that you've been in. And this is like a hermit energy. And I feel like, you know, you're kind of fed up with this, okay? Withdrawn, please. So yeah, I feel like, you know, your life partner is coming. Okay, we got the King of Pentacles here, Earth sign, or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, you're tired of being single. You're tired of, you know, being lonely. You know, you're not wanting to be solitary anymore. You're ready to be in a relationship. You feel like you are, and you know, with your life partner. Okay. And we've got the Seven of Wands here that can talk about, you know, you blocking, like letting, you know, blocking out people that are no longer, you know, serving you. All right. I feel like you're trying to be very watchful, trying to be very discerning about who you allow into your energy. All right. Even though you are sitting in this single, lonely, and solitary energy here. Okay. I feel like spirit is not wanting you to see it as like a negative, with a negative connotation, and not see it as lonely, but see it as you're just single for now. Okay. You're just solitary for now. Okay. But that you do have, you know, your life partner coming into your life. Okay. And it's just necessary for you to protect your energy. I hear that song. It's an old song called Protect Your Neck. That's what I hear. You know, that's like what you're doing. It's just trying to protect yourself until the right person comes on, or protect your energy until the right person comes into your life. Okay. So then we've got the hoping card here. It says expecting, faith, manifesting. So you're continuing to have hope that what you're wanting is going to come on in a timely manner. Okay. Hold on. So we have, to clarify, the 9 of Pentacles here. Okay. And we also have the Queen of Cups. Water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. When this shows up for me, it is Scorpio. So Spirit is saying you have a lot of love to give. You're single, okay? I feel like, you know, you're standing in your power. You know your worth with this 9 of Pentacles card. And, you know, some of you could be working on your finances with this card as well. And with this Queen of Cups, you know, you have a lot of love to give. And so, you know, you're hoping and waiting and trying to manifest this person because you're ready to give your love to them, right? Okay, then we have the fantasy card here, okay? And I hear Mariah Carey in my head singing Dream Lover, okay? It says, Dream Lover, come rescue me. It says daydreaming, imagining, fantasizing. So you spend a lot of time, I feel like, fantasizing over this person, this new person that's supposed to be coming in, right? This person is your wish fulfillment with the star card, Aquarius energy, all right? With the 4 of Cups, we've got you feeling bored, you know, waiting on this person to come in. But, you know, you want your happiness. You're ready to unite with this soulmate, or reunite because there's a past life connection. With this soulmate, with the Sun card, you're ready for some happiness, all right? And that's what you're fantasizing about. But at times you do get down, is what Spirit is saying with this 4 of Cups. You do feel like, you know, you've had a lot of missed opportunities and you're ready. You know, I feel like you've been, you know, you may have been in a lot of third party energy here, because I see these 3 cups filled here. And then the 1 cup, like you being single, you being solo, or being in a relationship, like, you know, being able to give someone else your cup, and it be somebody who is not entertaining other people. I feel like that's what this is about. This is about you waiting for your person to come in and fill up that cup, okay? And to be able to give them your cup, okay? And then the outcome card here we have is return. It says second chance, opportunity, making amends. So you're either ready for, like I said, this new person, this soulmate, to come in, and for the 2 of you to have this relationship with each other, or for some of you who, you know, you may have had a false start with your soulmate. You're ready for this person to come in and for the 2 of you to make amends and have a second chance together. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Yeah. See, yeah, you want to have this strong connection and mutual attraction with this person. You have your soulmate. You're ready for your soulmate's return. Okay? But you got some burdens here that you're carrying. This could also just be talking about this situation just feeling like a burden to you. Let me clarify this. Why is this here, please, Spirit? You want these? Let me do these. 10 of Wands. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what Spirit is trying to tell you is that they're proud of you for being positive about this and trying to hold on and be positive about it, and look at it from a positive perspective, looking at it from a glass half full perspective. But you have some burdens that you're carrying around that are preventing you from opening your heart. And until you're able to do that, that's why it's taken a while for this person to come in, okay? Because this person is working on being their best selves, and you have to do the same. So you got to figure out what these burdens are, because the fact that this is showing up here, I hear Bag Lady from Erykah Badu. Some of y'all are still carrying around baggage that needs to be healed. And once you heal that baggage, it's going to open up your heart and allow this person to come in. Because remember, I told you, Spirit's not going to let them in if you're not ready. You both got to be ready. It's not just you and it's not just them. You both have to be, okay? All right, let's get the advice from Spirit. Okay, we have rebirth, okay? It says, I'm in constant bloom. I'm refreshed, rejuvenated, and reborn. You have entered a period of spiritual awakening and rebirth where you have the opportunity to align with your higher self and the overarching principles that guide you. The angels say to be prepared to be the best you can be. See, what did I just say? Spirit is just backing up what I said. So I feel like you're doing a really good job, Gemini. You need to pat yourself on the back when it comes to you remaining positive about bringing this person in. But it's not just the positivity is what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying that you also have to heal. You also have to let go of these bags, the baggage that you're carrying around here, so that you'll be able to let this person in when the time is right. Because that's what's going to open up your heart, okay? All right, let's get a message from your person. See what they want to tell you. Okay, so they say, I can feel that strong bond we share on a soul level. So this person can feel the bond just like you can, okay? All right, Gemini, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I just saw 1111. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye, Gemini. Hi, Cancer. Welcome back. Let's see what Spirit wants to let you know about your love life, okay? All right, there you go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, here we go. Cancer needs to know, Spirit. Okay, Cancer, we gotta have some conversations here. Okay, so overall energy for this week is, or for this reading, let's say that, for this reading is escaping. So it says avoiding, blocking, pushing away, okay? Underneath this, we have intimacy. It says bonding, sensual, confiding, okay? And then we have divine masculine. It says yang and masculine energy. And then again, we have resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, timid. So you got somebody, a secret admirer, okay, wanting to come your way, right? They could be feeling timid, feeling shy about coming into the connection at this time, or coming towards you, coming into your, they're already in your energy, but coming towards you at this time because, you know, they may still be suppressing their feelings. This could also speak of them, you know, like I just said on the card, being shy, okay? This person is your divine masculine, okay? They are, or divine, you know, they're your divine counterpart. Let me say that. So make it fit, guys, okay? This is going to be a connection that involves a lot of intimacy, a lot of bonding, a lot of sensuality, a lot of confiding in each other, okay? But there is some type of avoidance happening, Cancer, all right? You're trying to escape something here, blocking, pushing away. And when I see this card like this, I don't know if it's necessarily you doing it in a healthy manner. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so we have the 3 of Wands showing up here, and we also have the 7 of Wands, okay? So you are waiting for your ships to come in, right? You are, I feel like, grounding yourself is what I heard. And also, you know, you could be blocking people, okay? Because it says blocking on this card as well. And the 7 of Wands can talk about blocking, okay? Trying to stand your ground and not allow certain people in your energy, all right? Okay, here we go. So we got some other cards that fell here. We have the curse card here. We've got loyalty. We have hopeless, okay? And then the last card is bluff. So let's start out with this curse card. Let me clarify it first before I say anything. Okay. Okay, so it says curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind. So this could be like a negative mindset. You know, you're running from something, I feel like, okay? It says escaping. I don't feel like this is like, this reminds me of the Eight of Cups, Cancer, but I don't feel like, that's not what I'm getting. I'm not getting Eight of Cups energy. I'm getting like, you just tired or whatever the fuck is going on, and you like, fuck this shit, and you walking away from it. So it could be you walking away from waiting on this person to come into your life, okay? Let me tell you this, it's somebody fucking around in your energy. It could even be you. And what I mean by that is that not that you're intentionally trying to curse yourself, but you see at the bottom of this card, it says negative mind, right? Like a negative mindset. And I tell y'all, when you have to be careful about what the fuck you say. Because when you say certain things, that's like spelling. It's like you're cursing. You could possibly even be cursing yourself. And I don't mean that as in you sitting up with a witch with the cauldron and you mixing up brew and you saying fucked up shit to to yourself. But I'm saying the things you think and you say in your mind. When you say the relationship's never gonna work out, this is never gonna, go the way you want it to go, and all this. When you tell yourself that shit, it's a form of you, cursing yourself. But it could possibly be somebody out here, in your energy trying to do shit to you too. I'm not gonna say that that's not what it is, because when this card comes up, I take it seriously, because Spirit don't play around about these things. They're not, this is not something where they throw this card out just on a whim. It's not like that. When it shows up, that means there's something going on. Okay, so it could be somebody else doing this. Okay, like I said, it could be negative mindset when it comes to you, or for some of you it could be both. Okay, all right, so to clarify, we got the Chariot here, but it fell reversed. Do you want like this, Spirit, or do you want like this? Okay, yeah, it fell reversed on purpose, okay? This is Cancerian energy, and where this talks about victory, this could speak of you being blocked, okay? And then we got the Page of Wands showing up here, a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is that you may be going through a period of time where you feel blocked, or you may have felt blocked in the past, because everybody's going to be at a different point in this reading, okay? Or you may be coming up on a period of time where you feel blocked. But I feel like for a lot of you, you are feeling blocked when it comes to this relationship, because you want this person to come in so badly. You want to be in this relationship so badly, but there is, there's resistance here, right? With the resistance card. Okay, so hold on, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, my nose. Getting over a cold. Excuse me. Okay. So, yeah. Spirit is telling you that, yes, you may be going through a period where this is going on, right? But you're protected and you're being guided through this situation. But you have to listen to your intuition, and you have to listen to the guidance that you're being given. Okay? All right. Because I feel like what I'm getting in my mind is a saying my dad always says, where he says, you can't stop an idea whose time has come. And I feel like the time is coming for this person this soulmate to come into your life, because if it wasn't, cards like this wouldn't be showing up, okay? And the Divine Masculine card, these cards wouldn't be showing up if it wasn't time for this person to come into your life. But there are things that you may have to do in order for this to play out the way that you're wanting it to, okay? Now we have the loyalty card here. Let me clarify. Because I feel like that's what all of this is about for you, okay? You want, a relationship with loyalty. You want somebody who's not going to stab you in the back, somebody who's going to be trusting, reliable, and someone who's going to tell the truth, someone you can believe in, right? But you still carry burdens, okay? That's what Spirit is saying, that need to be healed, okay? And that, I feel like, is part of the block. Because, excuse me, I always talk about, burdens, right? Like you carrying certain shit, like negative thoughts and limiting beliefs. And I feel like that's what part of this is. Because that's what, that would, come into alignment with this curse where I told you negative mind. Because if you still have negative thoughts and limiting beliefs that have not been attended to, and the Hermit card is coming up here, Virgo energy, it is talking about the need for you to go on a quest. Because look how he has the lantern out, right? So he can light his path. This is about you going on a quest to get these beliefs and these negative beliefs and negative and limiting beliefs out of your mind so that you can clear the path for this person to come in, right? Okay. Then we have the hopeless card showing up here. It says sinking, despair, falling apart. I feel like, you know what I hear? Like, I feel like you're trying to hold it together, Cancer, on a wing and a prayer is what I hear in my head, okay? So to clarify this hopeless card here, we have the Judgment card, which is Scorpio energy, and we also have the Knight of Cups, okay? So I feel like, you're getting to a point, or maybe you're already past that point where you feel hopeless, okay? You feel like everything is falling apart because you're wanting this person to come in. You're wanting your life to go in one direction, and I feel like for you, it may be going in another direction, okay? Because look at this lady's face. Look at how she looks. She's in such despair, right? Okay, but what Spirit is trying to tell you is that, yes, you have a second chance coming. And yes, you have a love offer coming, a very romantic love offer where someone's going to be completely open and honest with how they feel about you and, put it all out there and let you know exactly how they feel. But you being in this energy is not going to help things. You being in this energy, because see, this is not just talking about you feeling blocked. It's also talking about you avoiding certain things, Cancer. And if you're avoiding what it is here that needs to be healed, because look, the Hermit is looking at the Ten of Wands, right? This is what you're going towards. This is what Spirit is recommending that you go towards. If you're avoiding what needs to be healed, and with the hopeless card, you're allowing yourself to fall or sink into despair, you're blocking. It's like you're essentially, like I said, cursing yourself out of this connection is what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? So the last card we have here is bluff. So it says pretending, mask, exaggeration. So you could be pretending that it's all good in the hood, but what is really going on is that you're wearing a mask, and how you really feel under the mask is like this, right? And you wanna run. You're running, because I hear in my head Bobby Brown, I gotta get away. I gotta get away. That's what I hear in my head. So you can't run from this and think you're going to run right into the arms of your person, because it don't work like that. This connection, this lifetime, this lifestyle you're living as a twin is about you facing your fears, about you being bigger and badder and more fearless than other people, okay, who are not walking your path, and being able to step and go toe-to-toe and face-to-face with your fears and get rid of them so you can take this mask off. Because remember, I tell you, your being with your person is about you taking this mask off and being who you truly are, right? I tell you this all the time. So, and then for some of you, this could be that Spirit is saying that you got a clean house, right? Hold on, let me let this train go by. Okay, because they start to blow the horn when I'm talking. So this is about, you cleaning house. See, this is about you cleaning house and clearing out house with these people who are in your life who are wearing masks. Because remember, I say this all the time. If you wearing a mask and the people around you are wearing a mask, who the fuck is being real? Who the fuck who are you having a relationship with? Because you're not having a true relationship, because you're not being yourself. And these people are definitely not being themselves. So it's not just about you not wearing a mask. It's about you clearing out all the people in your life that are doing that as well. Okay? Because it's not a true relationship if you can't be you and you can't be loved for who you are. And I feel like that is your primary objective, right? Hold on. So, yeah. Spirit is telling you with the Justice, Libra energy, the Fool here, and with Temperance, Sagittarius energy, that if you want your justice, right? Your just desserts, you want your dharma, you want your good karma, this is about you being able to take a leap of faith, right? After you've healed yourself with the Temperance card, okay? And about, this is about your soulmate coming in as well. But you've got to look at where you're wearing masks, where you're allowing people who wear masks to be in your life. And it's about you clearing it out. And about you, I hear it again, I gotta get away. And about you stopping the avoidance, stopping yourself, you know, because avoidance is a way of blocking yourself, because you running away from the very shit you need to be facing is what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? You're pushing away the very things that are standing in the way of you and your person coming together, because they here. Look, they showing up in your energy right here in the Temperance, with the Temperance card and with this Intimacy card. They're here. They're not gone. And look, Divine Masculine. This is they're showing up, or Divine Counterpart, you know, for guys. Like I said, make it fit. But they're in your energy, but it's up to you to clear out. It's like you're standing on one side of a room, your person standing on the other side, and there's some type of partition or some type of door in between the two of you, and what it is the inauthenticity, okay, and the burdens that need to be looked at and dealt with, okay, and the escaping, because if you run away from something, it's still gonna be there. It's still gonna be there. It's just like I tell y'all with the horror movie, right? It's the heroine is running away from the killer. And then at some point in the movie, usually towards the end, they realize, okay, if I keep running from this shit, it's never going to go away. It's always going to be here. It's always going to be waiting for me when I turn around, or it's always going to be there, lurking in the background, waiting to pounce when when I least expect it, right? And it will show up in other relationships, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It will show up in other instances. It's going to keep showing his face, just like the killer's going to keep coming after the heroine until she decides to do something about it, or until you decide to do something about it. So I feel like you are trying your best to be positive, okay, Cancer, about this situation, and you have high hopes, okay, about it working out, okay? But I feel like you are, starting to feel daunted. You're starting to feel like, despair about the situation, and that it's not going to work out. And I feel like you may be wondering why. And Spirit is telling you it's because there's some things you got to clean up. Okay? If you want all this to come in here, you want to be able to take this leap of faith. You want to have this healing relationship with this soulmate, and you want to have your good karma. You got to take off the mask. You got to get rid of the people wearing the masks, and you have to deal with these burdens. Okay? All right. So let's get a message from Spirit. Let's get some advice. So we have joy showing up here. Trying to not get the glare in. It says, when I feel happy, I manifest more reasons to be happy. This angel reminds you that when we choose happy thoughts and set intentions to live joyfully, we are setting ourselves up for success and contentment in all areas of our lives. Okay? All right. It's about you, choosing joy. Okay? And joy will start to come to you more naturally the more you heal whatever this, this Ten of Wands is for you, because it's going to be different for everybody. Okay? So when it comes to the message from your person, we've got, I want to hold you in my arms. So this person thinks about you just as much as you think about them. I feel like they want to be with you just as much as you want to be with them. They're showing up in your energy in major arcana cards, meaning that, they're here. Like I said, this is a destined connection. But Spirit ain't saying you going to get it. You going to get it, by just sitting or by running away from stuff. You got to deal with it. I hear it in my head again. I got to get away. You got to pull that needle off that record and stop playing that song and stand and face your fears. Stand and face the very things you don't want to deal with. That's the type of path you're on, Cancer. Okay? All right, Cancer, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Love you, Cancer. Bye. Hi, Leo. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. So we're going to see what Spirit wants to tell you about your love life, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Leo. Overall energy. Ooh, okay. The overall energy we have for this reading is trapped. Hold on, let me let the train go. Okay, so we have the trapped card showing up here. It says stuck, tied down, captive. So I feel like, you're feeling trapped. It could just be in general in life, but I feel like this is a love reading, so I'm going to take it in, in the connotation of or in the context of your love life, okay? We've got the chasing card showing up here. It says pursuit, toxicity, and resilience, okay? I feel like this has been your experience of love, not you being chased, but you chasing other people, okay? And it being a toxic dynamic between you and other people, okay? With the karma card here, we have consequences, cause and effect, and debts, okay? A lot of this can talk about, karma that we have to fulfill. We have to deal with certain debts that we have to pay. All right, let's go ahead and clarify the trapped card. So we have two cards that fell here to clarify trapped. We have the Knight of Cups, water sign, or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And we also have the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. So I feel like what Spirit is saying, okay, with the trap card is that you're feeling trapped. You're feeling stuck in the situation because you are going through a transformation, okay? Something has to end in order for you to have new beginnings, all right? And I feel like the new beginning is going to come in with a love offer from your person, okay? With this Knight of Cups card, where they come in very romantically with their heart on their sleeve, and, they're going to tell you everything, lay it all out on the line, okay? Okay, then we've got spying, all right? We have influences. We've got twin flame showing up here, and we have distance showing up here. Okay, so you're the first person to get the twin flame card out of everybody I've done so far. So someone spying on you, I feel like, you got at least two people in your energy. It could be more than that, okay? They're either dealing with you, social network is what I'm seeing on the card. So it could be social media, or if you don't have social media, it could be, your social network, meaning like your friend group. Like you and this person, you and whoever this is that's spying on you could be asking and trying to get information out of people that you both know, okay? Or it could talk about, it could be co-workers, anything like that, where you're around people on a regular basis and this person is using those people or pumping those people for information, okay? All right, let's clarify. Okay, so we've got the Two of Pentacles showing up here, and we also have the Tower again, which is Scorpio energy. So you may have Scorpio in your chart, your person could have, or you both may have, but we've got the Tower showing up here, which is talking about, this is a change that's coming in, okay? I feel like, maybe you have been juggling, or this could be, talking about the people that are watching you. And particularly, I feel like it's talking about the old person that maybe, may have been juggling you in the past, or this just could have been your experience in love, where you've had a lot of people juggling you and not prioritizing you and not putting you first. And I feel like with this Tower card, this is Spirit telling you that, a lot of this is going to come to an end with this Tower moment, okay? All right. So then we have the Influences card showing up here. It says attachments, third parties, peers. I also feel like this is, what you've gone through, being pulled into third party situations, dealing with toxic and unhealthy attachments. And, there just could have been peers in your life that, you had toxic situations with, okay? So you've got some communication coming with the Eight of Wands here. It just took off. So you know, this is usually a swift moving energy, and just because it just took off, I feel like it's still coming forward fast. And then we have the Ace of Cups here. Hold on. Is this supposed to be like this, Spirit? Or is it like this? Is it this? Okay. Spirit is giving it to me both ways. This card fell upside down, the Ace of Cups, but it could be like this for some of you as well. So I feel like Spirit is telling you that somebody is coming forward, right, to give you communication, to give you, you know, the love offer with the Ace of Cups, okay? And the reason why it's upside down is because for some of you, I feel like when it's right side up, it's Spirit saying that, remember I told you there are two people in your energy, right? At least. When it's right side up, this is talking about the soulmate coming in to give you the love offer, give you communication here. And it's communication that you're wanting, which is why the Ace of Cups would be upright, okay? And then it fell like this, and Spirit is saying, you know, it's gonna, both ways are gonna apply, because you're gonna have communication from this other fucker, okay? That's the way I'm referring to him, that is gonna want to, you know, give you a love offer as well, that I feel like you're not going to accept, okay? All right. So then we've got the Twin Flame card coming up here. So it says mirroring shared feelings and reflection, okay? This card is showing up here because there is something that you need to know about this person, okay? You need to know about this situation, okay? Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you. Okay, so I feel like the reason why the Twin Flame card is showing up is because Spirit is just letting you know that this person is going to be one of your options, okay? Some of you, like I told you, it's going to be more than two. That's why the Seven of Cups is showing up here. Spirit is telling you you're going to have a choice in whether you want to go back to this person or you want to move on to something new. And I feel like for a lot of you, you are going to want to move on to something new, because this person has not done any healing, anything to rise to the occasion or to come up to your level, okay? So then we have the Queen of Cups here, okay, which is Scorpio energy when it shows up for me, but it could also be Pisces or Cancer. And then we have the High Priestess here, which is Pisces. So this is about the need to listen to your intuition. Spirit is telling you that this person is coming back because they're coming out in the future position in this spread that I'm doing. So they're telling me in my mind that this person, it's imminent that this person is about to show up in your life, okay? That's why I told you with the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Cups, that's why the Ace of Cups showed up, you know, fell upside down, and Spirit is saying that both positions apply, because, you know, you're going to get both of them. Remember I told you they're both going to come around the same time, and you're going to have to make a decision. So that's what Spirit is pretty much clarifying. And Spirit is telling you that you have a lot of love to give, okay? And you are psychic, and you need to use those psychic abilities. Listen to your higher self. Listen to your intuition with the High Priestess so that you will make the right decision. But I already feel like a lot of you already know, you know, not only intuitively on an energetic level, exactly what it is you're going to do. And you're going to turn away from this person and not want to be with them, okay? But for those of you, let me say this. This is for those of you who are in something with somebody, or you were in something with somebody and you got mistreated badly. That's who this is, okay? Because a lot of y'all are confusing the soulmate with this person, okay? If you're being treated badly, if you're being pulled into third-party situations, which some of you are, because this influences card wouldn't be showing up here talking about third parties if you weren't, okay? So some of you are being pulled into shit like that and being treated badly, and what Spirit is trying to tell you is that it's your twin. It is not your soulmate that is coming in doing that, because the soulmate is someone who has worked on themselves and healed themselves, and they're all about a healthy relationship. If you're in something that's unhealthy, or you were in something that was unhealthy, 9 times out of 10, it's the twin. It is not a soulmate. It's not going to come into your life and cause all this haywire, cause all these problems in your life like this, okay? All right, so the last card we have showing up here, Leo, is distance. So it says separation, space, blockage, okay? You and your person are at a distance. You and the soulmate are at a distance. For some of you and others of you, well, everybody else too, you know, most of you are at a distance with the twin as well. But you have this space, this separation, and these blockages in order for you to face the things that you need to take a look at to prepare for this connection, all right? Because if you want a healthy relationship, you got to be healthy. You can't be requiring anybody else to be healthy and you not showing up healthy, okay? And what I mean by healthy, Nine of Pentacles, standing in your power, knowing your worth, you know, making sure all the other areas of your life are good, okay? So that you can stand in your power, because that's what builds your confidence, okay? As a person, is to effectively be managing the other areas of your life, okay? Then we got the Three of Pentacles here, okay? Spirit is telling you about you being in this energy of you wanting to come in and build a good connection with your person, but it starts with you building your life first. So this is about you putting yourself back together after this bullshit you've been through with this twin, okay? So that you can be this Queen of Wands energy or King of Wands energy, because there's no gender in tarot. So this is a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in the chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, be this attractive, you know, amazing person who's got a lot on their plate, got a lot going on in their life, and who has a lot to offer someone in a relationship, okay? All right, so let's get a message from Spirit. Let's get some advice, and then we're going to get a message from your person. Oh, gosh, Spirit. Okay, so you got 3. It says, pay attention. Each and everything I do is worthy of my time and attention. Do you focus on what's wrong in your life? The angels encourage you to pay close attention to the good stuff, be grateful for it, and to celebrate it. What you focus your attention on, wanted or not, is what you become a match for. So Spirit is telling you to be positive and focus on the positivity, the positive parts of your life, and ignore the negative ones. But you still need to heal, though. It's not you turn a blind eye to them and you don't do anything to fix it, okay? Then we have forgiveness here. It says, the door to my heart opens inward. I move through forgiveness to love. The angels want you to remember that self-forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. You need to approach it exactly as you would approach forgiving someone else, with a lack of ego, a compassionate heart, and a patient and persevering mind. So this is about you forgiving everything, even yourself, because a lot of you are ashamed because you were in relationships with someone that you allowed to abuse you and mistreat you. But like I said, when you're in love with somebody, you're going to look at life through rose-colored glasses. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes even when you ain't in love with somebody. So I'm saying all of this to say, stop being hard on yourself, because you got to forgive yourself for what happened, because everybody makes choices and they're not always going to be the right choices in the moment. But, you know, that's what the lessons are about. You take the lessons from it, and then it is not a wasted time. It's a lesson learned, okay? So we have wisdom here. It says, my mind is strong, open, and clear. The angels are letting you know that working on nurturing a deeper connection with your own divine power can help you deal with changes and challenges with ease, and can ensure that you become your own tower of wisdom and calming presence in your life, okay? So this is about you making forging a deeper and nurturing connection with yourself, okay? So that's what this is about. You becoming the best person you can be and nurturing yourself to be prepared. Because like I said, what you want, you got to become, right? So if you want this amazing relationship with an amazing person, you got to become an amazing person in and of yourself, okay? All right, let's get a message from your person. Let's see what they want to tell you. Leo. Okay, so we have, I had a crush on you from the very start, okay? So this person's been crushing on you and feeling for you from the very beginning, okay? All right, so I hope this helped, Leo. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye, Leo. Hi, Virgo. Welcome back to the Tarot. Today, we're going to see what it is that Spirit wants you to know when it comes to your love life, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. That's what Leo said. I mean, Virgo. I don't know why I do that to y'all. Sorry. Virgo Spirit. Okay, Virgo. Overall energy for this reading is confusion. Okay, so it says uncertain, unclear, unsure. Okay, you may be confused about your love life, about the situation, about what's going on, because like I said, we've been talking for many weeks about your soulmate showing up in your life, and a lot of you may feel confused, uncertain about the situation, not really understanding everything that's going on. Okay, underneath this we have the boundaries card. It says no, drawing a line, enough. I feel like this is spirit telling you that this is something that you should be working on an ongoing basis, learning how to set boundaries, learning how to tell people no, knowing that no is a complete sentence in and of itself. You do not have to explain yourself to people. You know, if you don't want to do something or you feel uncomfortable about something, just say no. Okay. Then we have divine feminine showing up here. Okay. I feel like this is just saying that your divine counterpart is coming, or it could also be speaking of you standing in that divine counterpart energy in preparation for your person to show up. Okay. All right, this is about you changing your perspective is what Spirit is saying, okay? About realizing that even though you've gone through certain things, you have come out on the other side better off. You're, headed towards happiness and towards a clearer headspace, okay? All right. You and this person are going to have a lot of chemistry because I see the chemistry card underneath that, okay? Let's clarify. Confusion. For Virgo Spirit. Okay, so to clarify confusion, we have the High Priestess showing up here, and we also have the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands is a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could have fire placements, or your person could have, okay? With these two cards, I feel like what Spirit is telling you is that if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling uncertain, Virgo, this is about the need for you to listen to your intuition, okay? That's what your intuition is for. This is Pisces energy, if I didn't say that before. And then with the Queen of Wands, this is about you stepping into that confidence, stepping into that headspace where you know that you are the shit, you got it going on, so on and so forth. And then the way you build that confidence is by you focusing on yourself, loving yourself, working on yourself, fixing the areas of your life, shoring up those areas and making sure everything is good so that when you step out, you can hold your head high, be regal, whether you're a male or a female, and, just represent the way you want to represent as a boss, because this person that's coming in, I tell you all the time that they're a boss as well. Okay. All right. So we have open heart here. We have emotional storm that fell, and we have obsession. And then we also have the pride card showing up here. Okay. So let's start with open heart. So this is about you learning how to be more receptive, empathetic, and vulnerable, okay, when it comes to love, because your first inclination when you get hurt is to shut down. We've talked about this before, right? I feel like a lot of you, that's what you've done, and rightfully so, because I'm like that too. If you step on my fucking heart, I'm gonna shut down too. But you have the jackpot coming in. You have what you've always wanted coming in, your wish coming in. So Spirit is telling you that if you're wanting this to work out, if you're wanting this relationship to be healthy and for it to not be a repeat of what happened with the ex, only this time you're the person that's closed off, Spirit is saying it's time for you to, to open your heart back up. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. So the two cards that failed to clarify, look, Ten of Cups. All right. And the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. So this is Spirit telling you, you opening your heart up is only a good thing. It's only a beautiful thing, because look at what you're going to be rewarded with if you choose to do so. Okay. All right. So you're going to be, have a chance to have an amazing relationship with a person, with your soulmate, a healthy relationship that could be filled with children and family and happiness and all of these things. And then with the Temperance card, this is going to be a healing relationship as well, because this Temperance card is representing your soulmate coming in as well. And that the both of you together, like I said, you're going to help each other to heal the things that you haven't been able to heal on your own, or, like what's left over from the healing that you've done, but you still need to do the healing to be able to open up your heart to be receptive. Okay. So we have emotional storm next. It says turmoil, unstable, affected. So you've been affected by what happened. And like, again, just like with the closed off heart, rightfully so. A lot of you have been through a lot of devastating things. And the fact that you have been able to pick yourself up, Virgo, and dust yourself off, that's a beautiful thing, okay? So you should be proud of yourself for that. Like I said, the road we're on, I feel like we are not your average bear when it comes to this lifetime. And I feel like that we are very, I don't know, we're beings that don't, that don't come from here, that don't belong here. I feel like we're from, I don't know, many probably universes away, and we came here to bring light to this earth. And I feel like for some of us, for a lot of us, our path is more complex. Let me say it like that. Harder or more complex than, most other beings, because I feel like we're advanced beings, because I feel like a lot of the things that we've gone through, not everybody would be able to deal with it, okay? So we've got 2 aces. You have 2 aces that fell for emotional storm. So you're going through the turmoil, okay? There has been instability, okay? And you've been affected by these things, but look at what's coming out on the other side, what you're going to be rewarded with on the other side. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So this is about communication, a fresh new start in love, a passionate start in love. This is like all the beautiful things. You got 2 aces. Nobody else that I've read for had 2 aces, show up like this. So yes, you're going through a lot, but the reward is worth the things that you're going through, okay? You may not see it now, but it is, okay? Next card is obsession showing up here. So it says infatuation, adoration, addiction. So you've got at least 2 energies that are obsessed with you, because the soulmate is obsessed with you as well, okay? Let's clarify. Yeah, see, you got the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles showing up here, right? So it's funny, it's the juggling. You see that with the 2 Pentacles here, there's a rainbow in between the 2. And so I find that interesting that I'm being drawn to look at the rainbow, because I feel like this is Spirit saying you have 2 choices for happiness, right? And it's up to you to decide who you want to be with. But I feel like a lot of you have already made the decision, and you're going with the new love, right? With the 3 of Wands, like I said, you made that decision, and I feel like you're just waiting for these ships to come in, your ships to come in. And look at the ship, look how big it is, look how huge it is in this deck. Because usually it's farther away in all the other decks. But with this one, it's about to hit the dock, okay? All right. All right, so the last card that fell is pride. So it's talking about arrogance, ego, stubbornness. Let me clarify and see what Spirit wants to tell you about this. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Cups showing up here, and we also have the Knight of Pentacles, earth sign, or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is this is about, dropping the things that have been blocking you, okay? Any type of prideful, behavior, prideful thoughts, anything like that. Because I know a lot of you, like I said, when you shut down, the first thing you want to do is just put up any and all blocks that you can to, stop people from coming in and feeling like that they can just, walk all over you. And like I said before, rightfully so. But we've got the 8 of Cups here, and Spirit is telling you, part of this journey is about you learning how to let go of things that no longer serve you, whether people know about it or not, because we got the moon here, right? This could be something that's happening. You could be moving in silence and doing this, okay? If you're not walking away from the things that no longer serve you, that's something that you need to be doing, because you have to make space for these new people that are coming into your life. Because I keep telling y'all, it's not just the soulmate. You have other soulmates, other soul tribe that are coming into your life as well, that are, platonic and friendship, friendly and chosen family, and friends and chosen family is what I'm trying to say, coming in. And, in order for you to make space for these people, for them to be able to come in, you have to walk away from the people who have been stabbing you in the back and leeching off you and mistreating you, okay? And with that Knight of Pentacles, Spirit is telling you, these people that are coming in, Because I feel like this is not just talking about the soulmate. This is, again, talking about the soul tribe, Virgo. You've got people coming in who are going to be grounded, stable, who are really going to love you and really go the extra mile for you and bend over backwards for you, just like you've been bending over backwards for people in your life, okay? All right. So let's get some messages. Let's get some advice from Spirit. Sorry. Okay. Virgo Spirit. Okay, so we have surrender, all right? So it says, regardless of the outcome, I am taken care of. The angels want you to know you need not worry about the resolution of the current situation. Instead of trying to solve the problem with sheer force, trust you will get exactly what you need, no matter the outcome of the uncertain situation. You are taken care of. So Spirit is telling you that they have your back. Your spirit guides, your higher self, your angels, your whole entire spiritual team have your back, is what Spirit is trying to let you know, okay? All right, let's get a message from your person. Let's see what they want to tell you. Okay, so you got two messages here. The first one says lost. It says, I've been looking for you and all the wrong people. So your person's been going through a phase just like you have, Virgo. They have been, looking everywhere, looking for you and, not realizing, because I feel like until you get activated and you realize that it's your person, you don't really know what you're looking for until you actually lock onto that person and get activated. And I feel like now that they've activated, their love for you by, realizing, by finding you, I feel like now they understand that all the other people they were looking at, they realize why they weren't the people, okay? They weren't their person, it's you. So then we have intuition. It says, trust your intuition, for it knows the way to me. When you listen closely, love's whispers become clear. So this is going back to the High Priestess, right? When we talked about this with the overall energy card, with this confusion card, right? Spirit is telling you, listen to your intuition, because you're not supposed to know everything that's happening, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. You're not supposed to know those things. If you were supposed to know them, you would know them. Spirit would tell me through the readings to let you know, or you would find out other ways, okay? So Spirit is just telling you, continue to listen to your intuition. It knows the way forward. It knows how to get to where you're trying to go. You just need to trust it and follow it, okay? Okay, and yeah, that's all I got for you, Virgo. I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye, Virgo. Hi, Libra. Welcome back. Let's see what Spirit has to tell you about your love life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Libra. Overall energy for this reading is chasing, okay? So we have pursuit, toxicity, resilience, all right? I feel like this is what you've experienced when it's come to love in the past. Like all your past, the majority of it has been chasing, not you being chased, but you chasing other people in some form or fashion, because it doesn't have to be literal chasing. It could be, you doing more than the other person does, or, you always being the one calling, or you always being the one texting, or, you constantly being left on red, you constantly being breadcrumbed, but you trying to bend over backwards to make the relationship work, or your relationships work, okay? Then we've got broken. It says shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. So you've been through a lot of shit, and I feel like a lot of times you just want to throw everything down and walk away, okay? You've gotten your heart broken too many times to count, I feel like, because I'm focusing on these fingers on the hand. Excuse me, I still have a cold. I'm focusing on the fingers on the hand and how many, that it's a lot, it's 5 of them. So for a lot of you've had your heart broken many, many times, okay? And then, but you have this intense longing. You're craving, aching, wanting to be in a relationship with someone, and you don't understand why you can't find somebody, any fucking body, who is gonna love you and treat you in the manner that you treat and love, that you treat and love other people, okay? You want a relationship where you can go deep, okay? Where there's a lot of awareness of each other. You place a lot of importance on your person. You want that same thing reciprocated, and it's about you and the other person seeing each other's value, okay? All right, so let's start by clarifying the chasing card. Okay, so we have, to clarify chasing, we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Three of Wands. So you want communication, you want truth, you want a brand new relationship where there's just openness and honesty, transparency, okay? You want somebody to be able to come to you and be open about things without you having to ask, or making sure that you feel safe in a relationship and you're not having to chase after them to get information or question what they're doing, or being left in the dark all the time, because you tell your person how you feel and they don't fucking tell you anything, or like I said, they give you breadcrumbs, right? And you're always guessing and wanting to know how the other person feels, and why can't they just be open up and let you know how they feel, just like you do the same for them, okay? And with the Three of Wands, this is what you've been trying to patiently wait for, and Spirit is telling you that their spirit right there. The birds always represent spirit to me. So Spirit is letting you know that your ship is coming in. It's close to coming in, because in this deck, look how close it is. It's not that big in all the other decks that I use, but in this one, it's pretty huge. Okay, so we have other cards that fell here. We have Bluff. Okay, we have Divine Masculine. All right, I feel like this is representing your soulmate. We have Exhaustion. All right, and we have Beginnings. All right, so we're going to start by clarifying the Bluff card first, and then we're going to talk about it. All right. So you got 4 cards that fell for this Bluff card. Okay, so the Bluff card says pretending, mask, exaggeration. I feel like this represents you and also the people that you've been in relationships with. I feel like nobody was being completely honest and being completely themselves. I feel like the people you were dealing with were afraid to be themselves, because they were afraid that if they stripped themselves down and really allowed you to see who they were not, you would not want to be in a relationship with them. So of course they wore a mask and never let you see who they truly were. And I feel like, to a certain extent, you didn't either, because I feel like at times when you tried to take your mask off and you tried to be open and honest about your feelings and about the type of person you are and what your needs were and things like that, and you tried to get your needs met, you had your hand slapped in different ways. Like I said, the breadcrumbing, the avoidant, the avoidancy, somebody avoiding you, turning their back on you, or like taking the things that you're saying and twisting them and trying to make them sound like they're, negative things, like they're toxic, instead of normal needs that someone has in a relationship, because they couldn't give to you what it was that you were asking for. Okay. All right. So we got 4 cards that fell here. Okay. We have the Ten of Wands. We've got the Temperance card. Okay. So I feel like Spirit is saying that, wearing this mask for you has become, or had become in the past, such a fucking burden. It was like you were carrying around all this weight. You could not find anybody to be in a relationship with that would allow Libra to be Libra. Okay. Then we have the Page of Swords showing up here. I feel like this can talk about gossip, like people gossiping about the relationship. This can also just talk about being watched by, you have at least 2 energies in your energy that are watching you. Okay. I feel like it's the old and the new love. All right. It could be more than that. Then we have, and this could also talk about delays as well. Okay. I feel like that's what Spirit is telling you too, that you wearing this mask and you entertaining people that were wearing masks as well. You weren't allowed to have a true and authentic relationship because you couldn't be your true and authentic self. Okay. So with the Page of Pentacles and the Temperance card, Page of Pentacles, Earth sign, or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, towards Virgo, Capricorn, and then Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. This is talking about, what is coming. You have a soulmate coming that, is going to, I feel like, bend over backwards in order to, help you heal certain things, help you go through, certain situations. This is about, you learning balance and learning moderation so that you can have this love offer come in for something long-term, stable, and committed with the Page of Pentacles, okay? All right, next we have the Divine Masculine card. Like I said, I feel like, make it fit, guys, okay? Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine card, there's no gender in tarot. So this is about your divine counterpart coming into your, into your life is what I feel like this is just talking about. That you do have someone here that is waiting for the divine timing for the two of you to come together, okay? So it's being clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Spirit is telling you, when this person comes in, they're going to bring, love and happiness and all of this. This is what the two of you are going to have together. The potential to have a family, if that's what you're wanting, or to combine families if you both, have families, or one of you have, has a family. It's just like you're going to, add each other to the mix, basically. And with the Queen of Wands, this is about you knowing who you are, stepping into that confident energy and knowing what it is you deserve, and preparing yourself for the arrival of this divine counterpart energy, okay? Then we have the exhaustion card here. This is in the future. It's in the future position. So it's talking about depletion, being drained, a long journey. I feel like both you and your soulmate are in this energy because it's been a long, hard road, right? You've had a lot of things that you've had to do in order to prepare for this connection, right? You had to walk away from things that no longer serve you, okay? Some of you still may have things that you have to walk away from because it doesn't have to just be people. It doesn't just have to be romantic relationships. It could be platonic people. It could be family members. It could be actual things that you have to walk away from. Some of you may have addictions that you're dealing with that have to be dealt with, okay? Because it could be money, spending too much money, working too much. It could be a lot of different things. And then with the Knight of Swords, air sign, or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Spirit is telling you that when the time is right, this person is going to come in out of nowhere, okay? It's like almost like you're going to be blindsided by this person, because it's always going to be when your mind is somewhere else, okay? Because it's supposed to be a surprise, and you're not supposed to know how, you're not supposed to know when, okay? Then the last card, the outcome card, is beginnings. This is a beautiful card to see. This is Spirit. I hear Aaliyah in my head. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again, okay? This is about you trying again, moving in a new direction, starting over when it comes to all areas of your life. I don't feel like it's just your love life, okay? Let's clarify. So we've got the High Priestess, Pisces energy, and we also have the Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign, or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? There's two Knights in this reading, and I feel like one of them could represent the old and one could represent the new, all right? I feel like when it comes in terms of, stability, it's talking about the soulmate with the Knight of Pentacles, and I feel like this Knight of Swords here could represent your person coming in this energy. But I also feel like if either of these Knights represented the past person, the past connection you were in, I would say it would be the Knight of Swords, okay? Because that's somebody who can be very impulsive. They don't think it's like on a whim. I'm just gonna come in now, So with the new beginnings card being clarified by these two things, Spirit is telling you you've got the stable connection that you're wanting coming in, but it's going to involve you needing to listen to your intuition. That is what's going to guide you, okay? You're not supposed to know every step, when, where, how. Like I just said earlier, this is about you learning how to trust and depend on your intuition, your higher self, and know that you're going to be guided the right way, and how to trust your spiritual team as well, okay? Because I feel like it's all around like bubble of trust, if you want to say. You got to learn how to trust on all levels in this situation, because you have somebody coming in that is a soulmate, okay? And they're focusing on getting rid of whatever they need to get rid of so that they can open up and trust you. And this is about you doing the same thing, about you trusting yourself, trusting your spiritual team, trusting this new person that's coming in, and trusting the whole thing, all right? Because you signed up for this on the other side. I tell y'all this all the time. And it's a situation where you have to, I feel like the biggest lesson is patience is one, okay? That's why this person is coming in whenever spirit it deems that you and this person are ready, okay? And then number 2 is the trust. Trusting in divine timing, knowing that even though, even if you can't see it, it's like I told you, like little kids. Little kids don't see Santa Claus every day. Okay, they only see Santa Claus on TV sometimes. They may see Santa Claus when their parents take them to the mall, or Santa Claus, somebody dresses up as Santa Claus in school and they take pictures or something like that. That's probably the only times during the year they see Santa Claus, and it's usually towards the end of the year. But it doesn't matter to the little kid that they can't see Santa Claus every day. They still believe. And so I feel like that's what Spirit is telling you. That's why Spirit is putting this in my mind, to get you to understand that you got to go back to the mindset of a child when it comes to your belief and your trust in the whole process, okay? All right, so now we're going to get a message from Spirit. What they gave you is serenity. It says, everything in and around me is in perfect harmony. You are moving into a time of greater inner peace and tranquility. The angels reassure you that peace of mind is within you, that you can feel serene even in the midst of great turmoil. So Spirit is telling you that you may be exhausted, okay? You've been on this long, hard road, this long, hard slog, just like your person has as well. But, you can still be at peace while all of this is going on, is what they're trying to tell you, okay? It's possible. Okay, let's get a message from your person. Let's see what they want to tell you. Okay, so we have, I know one day we will find our way back to each other. And they're saying back because this is, you have past lives with this person, okay? All right, Libra, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye, Libra. Hi, Scorpio. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. So let's see what Spirit has to tell you today, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. That's what Scorpio Spirit. I know, look, I know this is a Scorpio reading because, these cards that I'm seeing here. Oh, Scorpio. Oh, my God. Okay, here we go. So the overall energy for this reading is rejection. So it says abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. So this is about the fact that all your life, Scorpio, you've been through a lot of people who have abandoned you, who have dismissed you, who have rejected you on some fucking level. We talk about this every week, how I told you people always want to try to beat us down because they know that we're not the average bear. They know that we're on a higher level than a lot of people. And I'm not saying that to say that anybody else is, they're not good or anything like. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is you can't go through the things that we go through and it not put you on a higher level. That's what I'm saying. Our experiences have put us on a higher level. So the rejection, the abandonment, the people who have pushed you away, who have told you that what you have to give is not worth, anything, who have made you to feel, made you feel like you're worthless. All of this shit was put in place for us to level up, okay? Because we already, go through transformation and rebirth over and over and over again throughout our lives. And I feel like, all of these things are like icing on the cake, cherries on the top of the sundae to make us even better than we already are because of the things that we've gone through. And we have mistakes here showing up. It says misunderstood, victim, lost soul. And this is true. A lot of people misunderstand us. They don't get it. They don't get it. And a lot of times when they finally do get it is when we done shut the fucking door and we like, no, you can't come back through, right? You've played in our face and done all these types of things, and now we're over it, right? And then when that happens, or they do something to trigger us and we start stinging their asses, they have a problem. And so all of this is them misunderstanding us, because people that truly understand us, that's why they always coming back, missing, craving, desiring, wanting to be with us, because they realize once you've been loved by a damn Scorpio, it makes all other love pale in comparison. And it's because we're deep. And like I said, I'm not saying that trying to blow smoke up nobody's ass. I'm just telling you what it really is. Because as a Scorpio, we have a hard road, because the way we love, the way we give, the way we do, the way we treat other people, it's a rare thing. Everybody don't do that. And I'm not saying every Scorpio does, what we're talking about. But I feel like in this collective, this is how we are. Okay? So this is why you got exes sitting up. That's why I feel like this card is coming up. It's not just talking about your soulmate thinking, missing you, craving you, and desiring you. It's the old people doing it too. Because they realize, oh, I just fucked up with Scorpio. Why did I do that? And they, how people be smacking their head and be like, oh my God, stupid and all that kind of stuff and foolish. That's what Spirit is showing me. Okay. You got people fucking, damn near pooping their pants. Okay. Because they know they messed up and they don't know how to get back in your good graces. Because I know all of y'all got a story of somebody that done tried to come back. I done had friends from decades ago try to come back and want to be friends again, and think I'm gonna forget about all of that fucking betrayal that they did when they were supposed to be my friend. I done had, of course, exes come back, oh, you this, that, and I'm like, no, because if you didn't see it when we were giving you the chance, or when I was giving you the chance and opening it up to you, then you damn sure ain't gonna see it this time, because I'm not gonna let you. Like I said, because it's like, what is it? 21 Savage say? What is it? What is the saying in the song? Fuck me once, fuck you forever. That's a goddamn Scorpio goddamn motto. If it ain't one, okay? Fuck me once, fuck you forever. That's a damn Scorpio. If anybody want to explain how we are, because it's like, we'll deal with your shit and we'll deal with your shit and we'll deal with your shit, but then when we tired and we done had enough, it's like, that's it. You don't get to come back. You don't get to explain. You don't get, none of that. And even if you did come back and we listen to you, we still not gonna let you back in, because it's like, once you done stepped on our toes and you done betrayed us, it's like we can never trust you again. We'll never look at you the same way again. And it's like, people don't understand that. And I'm like, you should have listened, because most Scorpios would explain themselves to you and explain how it works, because we've been misunderstood for so long. But if you getting the rules of the game and you not listening, or you not taking it seriously, like I used to warn people, I said, okay, I said, you need to understand that I'm good as long as you good to me. I said, but if you think you're going to come in here and disrespect, you think you're going to do this, you think you're going to do that, then Houston, we going to have a problem. And then, I would have people that just would laugh. They think I'm joking. And so I said, okay. I said, I gave you the damn lay of the land. I told you what the rules were. And so don't get mad if you not listening to what I'm telling you, and then some shit happen, some shit pop off. And then when I let you know what the fuck is really going on, you gonna get, you ain't gonna like it. And so just like I say, something would end up happening, and I would have to put somebody in their place. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, this and that, I can't believe this. And I'm like, no, I told you. So I'm like, what did you think, I was lying to you or whatever? So like I said, the most of the Scorpios that I know explain these things to people, because we don't want to be misunderstood. But people like to take folks for granted. And so sometimes you're going to have to learn the lesson, because that's what I say now. You're going to have to learn this lesson, because you can't come back. You can't come back. And now I shut the door on a lot of people. And there's been people where I've given them a pass and let them in, and they did the same fucking thing again. So I said, this time, you mess up one time, you got to go. Depending on the severity of what it is, you got to go. You can't come back, okay? Because if I'm questioning you in my mind, you don't need to be here. You don't need to be here, because I don't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to be in a connection with somebody, whether it's a friendship, family relationship, anything, where in the back of my mind I'm like, okay, when is the other shoe gonna drop? When is this person gonna act a fool again? Because that's what'll be going through my head, and I don't have time to be thinking like that. So you just gotta go. That's the way I function. Okay. All right. Anyway, so we've got the distance card showing up here, and it's talking about separation, space, blockage. So there's a separation between you and your person because you need this time to prepare yourself for this relationship, okay? And they need time to prepare themselves too, because they finna get in a relationship with Scorpio. Like I said, they finna hit the damn jackpot too. And they need preparation as well. But see, this is what's different, I feel like, about this person versus other relationships, other counterparts you've been in relationships, not counterparts, but other people you've been in relationships with. This person understands the assignment, and they are making sure that they're gonna be ready to be in a relationship with you, and they understand you, okay? All right, so let's clarify this rejection card and see what's going on. Excuse me. Okay, so we have two cards that fell for the rejection card to clarify. Okay, we have the Three of Wands, and we also have the Six of Wands. So this is about you finally getting what it is you deserve. You having your ships coming in, your ships come in, and you having success, victory, recognition, redemption is what I feel like with this card too. Okay, it doesn't normally mean redemption, but this is what I'm talking about. You finally having somebody come into your life that truly understands who you are, that takes, that realizes that you are, a treasure, you are a value, you are the prize, and treating you, likewise, treating you that way, okay? And about you putting an end to this rejection thing you've been going through all your life, okay? All right, so we've got, look, I know this is Scorpio read. If anybody sat me down at this table and I didn't pull these cards, and I looked at it and they told me to tell them what sign it was, I would say it's a Scorpio. And you about to see why. So we got broken, okay? Karma. We have shocking, okay? And then we also have conflict. Okay, so now you see what I'm talking about, right? Because that's pretty much the summary, all right, of what a lot of us have gone through. So with the broken card, it says shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. This is what I feel like has gone on with you. Not that you are a broken person, but that you've been in situations with people that tried to break you, that did things that tried to shatter your self-confidence, that, tried to, break your heart and tried to, destroy you, because it's people that realize the strength that Scorpios have, or they may have some vendetta because of something that they had with another Scorpio or somebody else, and they're wanting to come in and put it in, put you through it because of what they've experienced or whatever's going on with them, right? Or sometimes we just tend to attract the crazy people. But I feel like the reason why is because we are the sign of transformation, and it's because, we teaching these damn people some damn lessons, some things that they need to learn. Not that we're trying to, make somebody suffer or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a lesson that they need to learn. And for some reason, we're the people that they get sent to learn it, okay? So to clarify the broken card here, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance card. So the Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarius, and so it's Temperance. So this is Spirit saying, you may have Sagittarius placements, your person may have, or you both may have. This is Spirit saying that this situation, it was destined. It was supposed to happen. You were supposed to go through all of these hardships that you went through, okay? But like I said, you have to look at it, on the other side, coming out of on the other side of it, it only made you stronger, right? It only gave you more conviction. It only, made you realize that you're good no matter what you go through. You're able to stand up and dust yourself off and keep moving, right? So with the Temperance card, this is about, you know, you going through a period of healing, right? You learning balance, learning moderation, learning how to not give all to people until they prove to you that they're worth it. Because I feel like, you know, at our core, that's just how we are. We don't know, like I always say this, we don't know how to love 5% or 55% or, you know, 70%. We don't know how to do that. It's like either all or nothing with a Scorpio, you know, and I feel like our intensity, you know, is shocking to people because they don't know how to deal with it, because they don't run across that with everybody, because everybody's not on that type of level. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me pull the cards for the next. The cards just falling everywhere. Okay. So we have the Karma card showing up here, right? So it says consequences, cause and effect, debts. So this is about, you know, having to pay, you know, your karma bill. Everybody got to pay one, because karma know where you live, and anything that's why I tell y'all, even though, you know, I used to be like that too. I used to love to give me some damn revenge. When you do some shit to me, I would love it. But that's why I tell y'all now, don't do it, because why should you get the short end of the stick because somebody else fucked you over, right? Why do you need to reap karma because of some shit that they did, right? So my thing is, just step back, step out of the way, let them do what they want to do, you know, as long as they ain't, you know, putting their hands on you or doing anything that could send them to jail. Let people do what they do, because I'm telling you, when this karma swing around, when the karma gets to their name on the damn list, God help them. That's all I can say. Because we are at a point right now where anybody messing with you, your spiritual team is not having it, because you going through this transformation. You know, they're trying to get you ready for this soulmate coming into your life. That's why that Temperance card is here too, because it's talking about, you know, you being destined to be in this connection with this soulmate. Because the Temperance card is you know, like I said, it's a soulmate card, and soul is the wheel of fortune. It's talking about two soulmates coming together, okay? And that's why you went through the things that you went through, because you weren't supposed to be with those people, right? I know it wasn't all rainbows, puppy dogs, and unicorns, but you were not meant to be with those people. You were meant to come out on the other side of this and be in this beautiful connection with this new person, okay? All right, so to clarify the Karma card, we have the Five of Wands, okay? This can talk about inner and outer conflict. I feel like it is talking about the fact that you're going to have a lot of people competing for you, okay? Then we have the Empress card here, Taurus, Libra energy, and the Four of Swords. So this is about, you know, you realizing you've been through it. You're going to have people, like I said, competing for you. You may go back and forth in your mind and maybe berating yourself over the things that have happened to you in the past. But I feel like Spirit is telling you, you know, just heal from those things. You know, sit in this divine counterpart energy, okay, male or female, emperor, empress, you know, make it fit, and know that, you know, get more in touch with your softer side, and be ready, be prepared to open up when the right people come along, and don't make it a prerequisite to open yourself up and give too much too soon. Make sure people earn it, because like I said, we are on a different level when it comes to loving. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't care what nobody says, because talk to anybody, any Scorpio, they all gonna tell you the same damn thing. We did this, you know, we love, we give our all. When you got a Scorpio by your side, we fucking ride or die. We gonna ride with your ass. As long as you don't fuck us over, we will ride or die with your ass to the end. Like I said, I feel like either Bonnie or Clyde or the both of them was fucking Scorpios. That's the way I feel. But I'm saying all of this to say, we have always been deserving, not to say anybody else wasn't, but we've always been deserving of having a love where somebody puts us first, where somebody values us, where somebody rolls out the red carpet for us. And it's because we do it for other people. We love, like I said, we may be come off as aloof and come off as like kind of standoffish and stuff like that at first, but it's because of the things that we've been through. And so, but when we open ourselves up and when we choose to give that love to whoever we give it to, we go all the way. There is no, like I said, 55% or 45% or 35%. And that's why I say that we're special, because a lot of people don't do that. Some people, it's like part of our innate nature to be like that, to be loving, to be caring, to be nurturing, and all of these things. And that's why I feel like, too, the Empress is showing up, because the Empress is a nurturer, and we're a nurturer as well, okay? All right, so then we've got the the shocking card showing up here. So it says turmoil, trouble, unexpected. Let's find out why this is showing up. Okay, so yeah, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I feel like with this card, the shocking card, Spirit is talking about you're going to be shocked, and you're going to be, you know, shocked because the unexpected is coming, and it's the Lovers, Gemini energy, and the Hierophant, Taurus energy. So you got your person coming in, your soulmate coming in, because the Lovers is a soulmate card too. You're coming into a situation with this person where, you know, sky is the limit on you know, what type of relationship the two of you want to create. It's based on whatever the two of you, whatever agreement the two of you come together. So if you want to get married, you're going to get married with this person. If you want to have kids, you're going to have kids with this person. If you want to just shack up and live with this person for the rest of your life and you don't want to get married, this person's going to be down for whatever, is what I feel like with this, okay? And I feel like it's just going to be, and look, it's going to be a little interracial love, because look, we got the little chocolate boy here, and we got the little vanilla girl there. I love these cards. I think they're so beautiful. And like I said, it's going to be whatever type of commitment you want. This is not going to be somebody who sees you and they see everybody else too. They see you and they don't see anybody else. This is the type of love that you've always deserved, okay? All right. And then the outcome card here, it says conflict. It says clashing, differences, incompatibility. Let's see why this is showing up. Okay, because see, it's a Spirit telling you that it's an end to all these dark clouds, right? That you used to be in the Five of Cups all the fucking time. But you know who's going to be in the Five of Cups now? The last person who put you in the Five of Cups. That person who's going to come towards you, who you are going to deny because you're following your happiness with the Sun, Leo energy. You're following this soulmate, being in this connection with the soulmate. That's who you're choosing. So the other person from the past is going to be the one crying in their coffee or their tea or whatever this is on the table. Okay? All right. Okay. Let's get a message from Spirit, some advice, and then we're going to get a message from your person. Okay? Okay, so we have creativity. All right? It says divine inspiration strikes at the most wonderful times. It says the angels remind you that the more you believe in your abilities and let your creative impulses out, the better artist you become. You start to feel more alive and powerful as you allow new wonderful ideas into your mind. Okay, I feel like this is just Spirit saying not only creatively, but just be yourself, Scorpio. You know, be yourself. I know it's hard to be a Scorpio sometimes, you know, and people like to take advantage and like to mistreat and say and do things that, you know, you don't deserve. But you have to, this is about you. You know what they say is it's my answer and I'm sticking to it. It's like you saying that this is who I am and I'm sticking to it. I don't care who likes it. I don't care who doesn't. It's like me when I read, right? Do you know how many people come on in the comments and say, oh, like I had somebody, excuse me, the other day talking about too much cursing. I said, well, then this channel is not for you, because I'm not going to censor myself anymore for anybody else. Either you can deal with it or you can't. Those of you that watch me on a regular basis, you know that it's not meant in a derogatory way. You know I'm trying to drive my point across, and this is the way that I speak. And so whatever way it comes out, that's the way it comes out, because sometimes you need to hear it like that for it to sink in, okay? So I'm not going to pull back. I'm not going to be somebody else for one person that's fucking complaining about something to me that's arbitrary. It's a fucking word. The words that I say, these are words. I'm not coming in and killing people and doing all kind of crazy stuff. So what does it matter? I'm here to help. So either you enjoy the reading and you take the message, or you don't and you move on. It doesn't matter. But I'm saying all of this to say I'm not changing who I am anymore. I'd rather have one subscriber that was down with me, that understood me, and that had my back, like all of y'all do, rather than having a million subscribers who don't understand who I am, don't love me for who I truly am, and you know, are just there for arbitrary reasons that have nothing to do with who I am. Okay? All right, so I just feel like Spirit is just saying that you just need to open yourself up to this life as much as you possibly can. Like I said, you know, only give to those who give to you. Only do right by those who do right by you. But the ones that do, please make sure you're opening up and giving to them just like they are to you. Because you got people coming. Even if you don't have people in your life now that are doing that for you, you have a whole soul tribe that's coming, because it's not just your soulmate coming. I feel like your soulmate is opening up the door, is unlocking the door, but there's going to be a whole bunch of other people that are going to be coming in that see you, that understand you, and that have your back, and you will no longer feel misunderstood by anybody in the soul tribe. Okay? All right, let's get a message from your person. Let me see what I want to do. Let's do these. Okay, so we have, I dream about a future with you. See? So your person's dreaming about you. They thinking about you. I had that. What is that song? Old song. I can dream about you. Only y'all. Well, I sing for, I ain't singing. If I can hold you tonight. That's what I hear. That's what I hear in my head. Hold on. Excuse me. That's what I hear in my head. So your person is sending me this message telling me they dreaming about you. Okay? They singing it in my head. So I hope this helped, Scorpio. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. You know I love y'all. Bye, Scorpio. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. Let's see what Spirit has to tell you today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, okay? Let's see what Spirit wants to say. Sagittarius Spirit. I'm liking your cards. I like your cards, Sagittarius. Someone. Okay, Sagittarius. Overall energy for this reading is foundation. Okay, so this is about you establishing a foundation, creating a family with someone. It can also talk about, you know, security. You establishing a foundation of security for yourself, because it starts with yourself, and then of course after that it follows with it being reflected back to you and other people. Okay, underneath this is the depth card. Okay, it's talking about awareness, importance, value. This is about you letting new people into your life that see your importance, that see your value, that are going to be willing to give back to you in the same way that you give to them. Okay, underneath this is past life. It says deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. I feel like this is just talking about your person is, you know, you've had a lot of past lives with this person. It could just also talk about, you know, things from past lives that you may have to repeat and learn, karmic lessons in this lifetime, because maybe you didn't get it the first few times you went through it. Okay. All right. But you have your person returning here with the return card. There's going to be a second chance for you to get your love life right. You know, new opportunities, and you know, there could be making amends, because like I told you, for a small percentage of you, you had a false start with your soulmate. Okay, so we're going to start by clarifying the foundation card. Okay. Oh Lord, I ain't never seen this combination show up before. So we got the Devil, Capricorn energy, and we have the Lovers, Gemini energy. So this is talking about, you know, you and this person coming together. You know, let me tell you this. I'm getting many things from this. First of all, I'm getting that this is talking about old love, your experience of old love with the Devil, and your experience of the new love that's coming with the Lovers card, where you vibe on every level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. I also see that this is talking about, both cards are talking about the new love, meaning that you're going to vibe on every level, but you're also going to be very passionate about each other in the connection. Okay, this could also talk about the need to deal with any type of addictions or anything, any things holding you back from being able to make the choice to be in this connection with the Lovers card as well. Okay. All right. So now we've got the other cards that fell. We have stress. I'm laughing at all the sticky notes on this person's face. We have loyalty. Okay. Then we have ecstasy showing up here. And then we have silence here. Okay. All right. So let's start by clarifying the stress card. Let me clarify first before I say anything about it. Okay. So the stress card here talks about turbulence, tension, arguments. Okay. I feel like, you know, this could have been the explanation, like if anybody or description, if anyone asked you to describe how your love life was in the past. Turbulent, you know, a lot of tension, a lot of arguments. I feel like those would have been some of the descriptive words, some of the adjectives you would have used to describe your relationships in the past. Okay. But we have the Eight of Pentacles to clarify, along with the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. And I feel like this is talking about the fact that you know that this was the state of affairs in the past and that you've worked or you are currently working on, or if you're not, Spirit is advising you to work on this so that you no longer have this type of, you know, these type of situations playing out in your love life. Okay. All right. Then we have the loyalty card showing up here. I love this card. I think it is so cute, the little dog with the flower. It's talking about, you know, trusting, reliability, believing. This is what you wanted. I feel like this is what you've always wanted, but you had to go through certain things you needed to go through to learn what you needed to learn to be open and be, you know, grateful for this. Because it's not just about you knowing what it is you want and what it is you desire and you deserve. It's also talking about you needing to realize, you know, because sometimes you got to go through hard shit to be grateful for the shit you got, right? Sometimes you got to see homeless people on the street to be grateful that you have a bed and a place to stay and somewhere to lay your head and go to sleep at night, right? So I feel like that's what this is about. So that when this person comes into your life, this soulmate, you're going to be beyond grateful for this person because you went through hell in order to be in this connection with them, and the same thing for them. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Hold on 1 second. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. Y'all know I don't never do this, but this is something I just have to look at. Okay, so to clarify the loyalty card, we have the death, okay, well, Scorpio energy, and we have the Nine of Swords. So I feel like, you know, it's just basically Spirit saying, you know, clarifying just what I just said. You had to go through this transformation. You had to deal with the things that you needed to deal with, learn the lessons you needed to learn to understand how rare of an opportunity this is, and how big of a reward it is for you to get this connection with this person. Because like I told you, this is true love, and not everybody in this lifetime is going to experience that. Okay. But then not everybody in this lifetime had to go through the shit you had to go through in order to get it either. Okay. So that's why when people are jealous and stuff like that, I'm like, why the fuck are you jealous? Because I'm like, do you know what we had to go through? Like when people talk about people having overnight success, and they talk about how, you know, oh, it just seemed like they didn't have to do nothing, and just all of a sudden they whatever. And I'm like, no, you just didn't see all that midnight oil they burned, and all the things that they did to get to where they were, because they did it under the cover. They were moving in silence. You're not supposed to see everybody's complete and total journey to know that, you know, what they went through and stuff like that, in order for you to be able to say that you know, they deserve it. And so I feel like it's the same thing with this. You went through a lot of stuff. So who is anybody to tell you don't deserve this, or to be jealous because you went through it? They can do. I'm not gonna sit here and say they can have true love, because like I said, I don't feel like everybody is gonna get that in this lifetime. But if they want to improve their life, if they want things to be better, they can make you know, changes and do some of the things that you did in order to make that happen. Okay. So with the death card, like I said, it is talking about a transformation. It's talking about an ending to all this messed up stuff that you've been through. And with the Nine of Swords, I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, stop worrying, stop blowing things out of proportion, stop making mountains out of molehills, and realize that what you want is coming, okay? All right. Then we have the ecstasy card showing up here, Sagittarius, okay? So it says chasing thrills, excitement, excitements, good times. I feel like that's what you and your new person are going to be doing. You got somebody coming into your life that's very adventurous. They don't like, I feel like they don't like to sit down, sit at home. This is going to be somebody that's always like, come on, let's go do this. Come on, let's go do that. They like to have a good time. And I feel like they going to love that you are by their side and that they get to go and have a good time with you, because I feel like a lot of you, you know, the hobbies that the both of you like to do, you're going to have some similar things that you enjoy doing, and you're going to do those together. And I also feel like you're going to pick up new things that you enjoy doing together as well. Okay? All right, let's clarify. So we have, to clarify the ecstasy card, we have the Six of Pentacles and we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is about you and this person creating, you know, inventing the type of relationship you want to have. We know you want to have a healthy relationship, but what are the parameters? How do you want to be loved? You know, what are the things you want to do together? How do you want this person to treat you? How do you want to treat this person? You know, what are the rules and the stipulations that the two of you want to put together in order to make this connection work? How are you going to compromise? You know, what are you going to do when you have bumps in the road? All these things. And I feel like that's what these two cards are talking about, because the 3 and the 6 together are 9, the 9 of Pentacles, right? It's about you standing in your power and knowing your worth. And then, or, you know, when you do that, you're able to stand your ground and ask for what it is you want, and to, you know that you're willing to give. You know what you bring to the table. You're willing to give whatever it is you're asking for. And I feel like your person is going to be that same type of person. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Oh, I said let's clarify. Let's move on to the next card. The last card here says silence. It says frozen, no words, stonewall. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I feel like this may be talking about your ex, your twin. Okay. And that this is how they're going to react to what is, you know, what is going on with you and this new person. Because like I told you, they're going to try to make a comeback. And yeah, see? There's Page of Cups, water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They're going to come back wanting to make amends after they stonewalled you, you know, after, you know, they froze you out, after they had no words, didn't want to talk to you, didn't want to know about how you felt, didn't want to give to you, didn't want to give to the connection. And I feel like they're going to come back wanting to apologize, wanting to give you a small love offer, but you're going to put an end to it with the world. That's what I feel like Spirit is saying. Okay? All right. So now we are going to get a message from Spirit, and then we're going to get a message from your person. All right? Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you got 3. I'm going to read them all too. Okay, so we have focus, then we have courage, then we have intuition. So focus says, I can choose what I want to focus on. As you work on your goals, recognize you need to take a step back and really focus on what you're trying to accomplish. Whether you're starting a new goal or already in the midst of it, the angels are urging you to have good organization and lots of preparation in place. So this is about you preparing yourself for this new stage in your life, this new timeline that you're on, okay? Doing the things that you need to do, that because that's why I see the Hermit card here and the 8 of Pentacles. It's like you're putting in the work, you know, that you need to do, and doing the healing that you need to do. And so you should be proud of yourself, Sagittarius, okay? Then we have courage here. It says, my bravery increases with each step in the right direction. It says the angels remind you that you become more confident and courageous by facing your fears daily. Each time that you face fear, it slowly begins to wither away. And as a result, you start to grow into the courageous person you're meant to become. So this is about you stepping up and facing your fears. And I also, again, feel like with this 8 of Pentacles, you're doing the work. And with the Hermit card, you are healing so that you can face your fears and move past certain things, okay? Then the last card we have says intuition. It says, I trust my feelings and insights. Your angels are sending signs to help validate your intuitive hunches. The next time intuition alerts you to something, listen closely, realizing that it's your angels guiding you to something great or leading you away from something. Always listen to your intuition, because I'm telling you, I find that when I don't listen to my intuition, shit just blows up in my face, and it's my fault because I was warned, okay? I was warned to not do something, and then, you know, but like I said, you still have free will at the end of the day. And so whatever choices you make, you have to realize you gonna reap what you sow. If you decide not to listen, okay, that's up to you. But you can't get mad at anybody but yourself if it doesn't work out the way you want it to, because you're not listening, okay? Because like I said, they tell you those things for a reason, okay? All right, so let's get the message from your person. It says, your beautiful soul is what I crave most, okay? So this person craves you. They want to be with you. They want to be with you just as badly as you want to be with them, okay? It's not a thing where you thinking about them all the time and they not thinking nothing about you. You are the catalyst. You are the inspiration. You are this person's muse. You are the reason why they're in the gym and working on themselves and, you know, stacking more money and being the boss that they are, so that when they step into this connection, you know, they got your back fully and they're able to stand in their power and know their worth. And, you know, and they're going to expect you to reflect the same thing back to them. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. I love y'all. Bye, Sagittarius. Hi, Capricorn. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. And let's see today what Spirit has to tell you, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. For Capricorn Spirit. Okay, Capricorn. The overall energy for this reading is silence. So it says frozen, no words, stonewall, okay? This could be, you know, how you are dealing with people at this time, or this could be things that you've experienced in relationships, okay, in the past. People stonewalling you, you know, keeping you on the outside. You know, you're always out in the cold, on the outside looking in, you know, wanting to love people and giving people your all and having them treat you like you're not doing anything at all, okay? Then we have apology showing up here. So it says forgiveness, return, sorry. So you got somebody coming back to you that's gonna return to apologize and to try to make amends. So I feel like for some of you, this is talking about, you know, the ex person coming back and trying to fix things, and I feel like it's gonna be too little, too late. And then for others of you, this is talking about your soulmate, that you had a falling out or some type of missed opportunity with this person, or false start, not missed opportunity, but false start with this person, and they're coming back to fix things between the two of you, okay? Because I feel like if it is them, they feel really badly about what happened. They may be ashamed of what transpired between the two of you, okay? Then we have the karma card showing up here. It says consequences, cause and effect, debts. And I feel like, you know, a lot of what has gone on has to do with this, okay? We all have karma. We all have things built up, good karma and bad karma. And this is about, or not good and bad, but you know, karma that feels positive and karma that feels negative. Let's say it like that. And it has to do with lessons that need to be learned, things that have transpired, things that we put out into the universe that are coming back towards us, okay? But there is, you know, your soulmate is returning, okay? This is a second chance at love, a new opportunity. It's also, you know, again, making amends for those of you that had a false start with this person, okay? All right, so we're going to start, Capricorn, by clarifying the silence card, okay? Okay, so to clarify the silence card, we have the Three of Pentacles showing up here, and we also have the Hermit, okay? So I feel like what, you know, Spirit is saying is that, yes, you've been through all of this, okay, with the silence card. You've been through stonewalling, breadcrumbing, you know, mind games, all of these things. But I feel like you are working towards healing from it. If you're not, you're being recommended, you know, to do that, okay? And with the Three of Pentacles, you're now going to be in a space where you're going to be able to build the type of relationship you've always wanted to have with the Three of Pentacles, okay? All right. Okay, so we've got several cards that fell. We have Confessions. We have Fantasy, all right? Then we have the Bluff card. This is falling for almost everybody, okay? And then we have the Shallow card here. So we're going to start with the Confessions card, okay? I hear Usher in my mind. These are my confessions, okay? I don't feel like... Let me see. For some of you, these confessions, okay, it says unveiling, coming clean messages. This is talking about the ex, telling you about how they cheated on you. And for some of you, they even cheated on you and got kids on the way or have already had children. It's going to be different for all of you, but that's what I'm hearing, because I don't just hear... Usually when this song plays in my mind by Usher, I just usually hear the the beginning of the chorus. I don't usually hear the second half of it when they talk about a chick on the side and got one on the way. I usually don't hear that part, but Spirit played that in my head just right now. So I feel like this is, Spirit is telling you that these are some of the confessions you're going to be getting from these people, that they cheated on you, that they got somebody pregnant, or they got pregnant by somebody or something like that. You're going to hear a lot of disturbing things from these exes that that are no longer in your life, okay? All right, so to clarify the Confessions card and the Confessions card, we have the World, which is all signs, in the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. So you may have Scorpio placements, your person may have, or you both could have, okay? So this is talking about you going through a transformation, you putting an end to these type of experiences, okay? You're no longer gonna be letting people in who do these types of things to you, because you're gonna be more discerning now. I feel like you're doing the healing you need to do with this Hermit card, and you're starting to really take a look at what it is you want out of a relationship and the type of people you want to entertain in your life, whether it's in a romantic capacity or it's a platonic capacity or as a family member, okay? As like chosen family is what I mean. Excuse me. So you are overcoming personal challenges and opening up new doors for yourself, so you can have new opportunities when it comes to your love life, okay? All right. Then we've got the Fantasy card here. So this is about you daydreaming, imagining, fantasizing what it is that you want when it comes to your love life. I feel like your soulmate does this as well, okay? So if you're getting downloads or songs and things that sound like they could be coming from your soulmate, 9 times out of 10, they probably are. Because I feel like, your higher self is communicating with your soulmate, and your soulmate's higher self is communicating with you, okay? Let's clarify. So to clarify Fantasy, we have the 9 of Swords here, and we also have the Devil, okay, Capricorn energy. So there could be a lot of worry surrounding this new coming together of this new connection with you and this person, because there could be addictions involved. So one or the both of you may have some things that you have to clear up, some type of third party thing. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be, spending too much money. It could be, overeating. It could be, too much time in the gym. It could be overworking. It could be a myriad of different things. But it also could be drinking. It could be, some type of substance. It could be, all right? So whatever this is, what it is. It's talking about, you needing to put it to bed. I feel like your person is aware of their, what do they call it? Aware of their, not hang-ups, but their things. Let me say their things. When the word comes to me, I'll say it. But when it comes to their things that they need to deal with as well, okay? And I feel like they're working on it with the Devil, okay? This can also talk about you and this person having a lot of passion for each other as well with the Devil card, okay? But with the 9 of Swords, it can talk about worry, blowing things out of proportion, making mountains out of molehills, because, this is why it's important for you to heal yourself, Capricorn, so that you stop telling yourself these lies about the fact that just because you had a bad relationship or bad relationships in the past, it does not mean you can't move on and move forward into a healthy one. But you just have to prepare yourself for it. You can't be and operate the same way the old Capricorn did and expect things to change and be different. You have to become the new Capricorn, the Capricorn that is, you know, both desiring and deserving of these things. Okay, not to say that the old Capricorn wasn't, but it's all in about the way you move, the way you think, the things you believe, the things you say. Okay, so then we have the bluff card showing up here. It says pretending, mask, exaggeration. Okay, so this is talking about, you know, you feeling like, I feel like in relationships where you couldn't be yourself. I feel like you tried to be yourself. The times you tried to open up to people, you got your hand slapped, right? And it was like you were punished in some type of way, like maybe silent treatment, like I said, breadcrumbing, you know, avoided behavior from your partner, or that person shaming you and trying to make you feel bad because you were asking for legitimate things, and you know, that people are supposed to give in relationships. Okay, all right. But this is about you coming out of that and realizing you got to take off the mask and be who you truly are, because this new person coming in, this lover, you know, that's who they are. They're going to be themselves, and they're going to expect you to be yourself. Okay, so we have the Lover's card here, Gemini energy, and we have the Page of Cups, which is Pisces, showing up here. So with this bluff card, for some of you, this could be talking about the old person wearing a mask, right? These old relationships in the past where they didn't tell you the truth. They didn't show you who they truly are because they felt like you wouldn't accept them, right? And then because they were wearing a mask, it was like they expected you to wear a mask, and for you not to be comfortable. They didn't provide a safe space for you to come out and be who you truly were either, because if they couldn't be themselves, then why the hell would you, why the hell should you get to be yourself? Okay, which to me is crazy thinking. But then, these people, they weren't looking for long-term relationships, I feel like, either. They were just looking to play around, have a good time, and move on. Okay, so with this Lover's card and the Page of Cups, it can talk about, you making a choice to be in a healthy relationship, right? You having, a love offer, being given a love offer and receiving a love offer as well. And it can also talk about an apology for those of you where I said you had a false start with your person, right? Because we had this apology card show up here, right here. And it's coming out again, I feel like, with the Page of Cups, okay? All right, so lastly, the last card that we have here that fell, it says shallow, okay? So it's talking about hollow, empty, boredom. You may be bored waiting on this person, waiting for, the wheel to turn for this person to show up in your life, but it is what it is. And I feel like, you need to make good use of this time to focus on yourself, because there's always something you can do to be better. Even if you feel like you've healed everything you need to heal, like I said, you can get in the gym. You can, focus on, stacking your coin, starting that business, I don't know, doing a new side hustle, whatever it is that you feel like could better your life. You can focus on that and take the pressure off of this situation, because it's only going to come in when it's time for it to come in. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Okay, so we've got two cards that fell here on. We got the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun, Leo energy. So Spirit is just telling you that, these times of feeling like this are coming to a close, okay? You're stepping into this new timeline where there is happiness, your soulmate is awaiting you, and there's a long-term, stable, and committed connection that this person is, waiting to start with you and to share with you with this Ace of Pentacles, okay? All right. So now, before you go, I'm going to get a message from Spirit. Then I'm going to get a message from your person, okay? See what they want to tell you. Okay, so we have gratitude, okay? It says, I am grateful for many things in my life that bring me joy and comfort. The angels want you to remember, if you just pause and think for a moment, you might just recognize that you have so much to be thankful for, no matter how small these positive things might seem. So this is just about you being grateful for everything. Like I said, grateful that you can talk, grateful that you can walk, grateful that you got internet and you got, a device for you to turn on and watch YouTube. Grateful that, excuse me, that you have anything, that you have lights, that you have water, that you have food to eat, you have money in your pocket. There are so many different things that we take for granted that we can be grateful for, I feel like Spirit is talking about, okay? All right, let's get a message from your person. See what they want to tell you. Okay, we've got, I can feel your presence, though we are apart. Okay, so this person can feel you energetically is what they're telling you. And Spirit was showing me these cards in my head for a reason. So, okay, this is the message here. It says network. It says there's a potential for our paths to cross in the workplace or through our professional endeavors. So some of you, you're going to meet this person through work some kind of way. Okay. All right, Capricorn. I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye, Capricorn. Hi, Aquarius. Welcome back to the Intuitive Tarot. So today we're going to take a look at what Spirit wants to tell you, okay? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let me tell you, happy birthday. I forgot to tell y'all, those where your birthday is already passed, happy belated birthday, okay? And for those that you having a birthday now, happy birthday. And those where it's coming, happy birthday to you too. Okay, here we go. Okay, Aquarius. Let's see. All right, Aquarius. The overall energy for this reading is the finality card here, okay? So it's talking about farewells, leaving things behind, closure. So I feel like a lot of you are shutting the door on a lot of things from your past, a lot of bad memories, a lot of fucked up treatment, a lot of, just stuff where I feel like you may have felt like you've gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to love relationships, okay? Then we have the exhaustion card. It says, depletion, drain, long journey, okay? So it's talking about you having been on this long journey to get to this place where you can have this healthy relationship with your soulmate. And I feel like, it has drained you, it has depleted you, it has done so many different things because you've had to learn so many things, be exposed to so many things, and deal with so many things and heal so many things till, you may be on the verge or on the brink of exhaustion, okay? But there's chemistry between you and this new person. It's talking about attraction, spark, passion. Like I said, the two of you are not going to be able to keep your hands off of each other, okay? But, at times we got the cloudy judgment card. You have people in your energy who have cloudy judgment, who don't know how to treat you right. The people that you dealt with in the past. This has been the reality of what you've experienced with them, okay? But I feel like you still have a lot of hope. You're trying to cling to the hope. You're, expecting this person to come in. You're trying to have faith, and you're working on your manifestation, okay? Because underneath that card was the divine masculine or divine counterpart card. So, your person is coming. Let's start by clarifying the finality card. So we have the Five of Swords showing up here, and we also have the Judgment card. So this is about you having a second chance at love, okay? And with the Five of Swords, putting an end to the breadcrumbing, the mind games, all of the bad shit that you've experienced, okay? That's why the finality card is here. You're walking away from all of that stuff and walking towards this second chance at love, okay? All right. So we've got several cards that fell. We have clinging, all right? We have commitment. Then we have running, okay? And then we have lusting here. So let's start by clarifying this not the commitment card, but the clinging card. Okay, so with clinging, it says holding on, obsessing, spying. So you have somebody in your energy that's holding on to you. You got two people, at least. It could be more than that. But one of them, of course, is the twin. Okay, they're still obsessing over you. They're spying on you. They feel you gradually moving on. And I feel like it's, it's their whole trying to hang on to you with a damn death grip. They're still trying to siphon your energy. And I feel like it's driving them nuts that you are moving away from them and that you're no longer entertaining their bullshit, okay? Then also this card is talking about, excuse me, your soulmate. Your soulmate is holding on to you. They're not going to let go of you. They watch you because, you know, like I said, they're waiting for the opportune time to get the go ahead, the nod from spirit to come into your life. Okay. All right. So to clarify, we have the Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and we also have the Eight of Swords. So this is about, you know, being in an energy of being stuck, right? These limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs, negative thoughts that, you know, the stories we tell ourselves that are lies. So I feel like Spirit is saying this is about, you know, you overcoming these negative thoughts and limiting beliefs, you working on yourself to put these things to bed, because, you know, in all actuality, you do have someone in your energy that is coming towards you, albeit very slowly, because they're working on themselves as well with the Knight of Pentacles card. Okay, so they're coming to provide you something long-term, stable, and committed. All right, speaking of committed, we've got the commitment card showing up here. So it says marriage, promises, fidelity. That's what this is all about. It's whatever you and this person decide when you come together, you know, in the name of a healthy relationship. Whether you want marriage or you just want commitment, you know, you want promises, you want, you know, honesty, transparency, fidelity. That's what this person is wanting to come into your life to provide you and wanting to receive from you as well. Okay? All right, let's clarify. So this is about putting an end to, you know, the heartbreak, the third parties, all these things you've been dragged into without your permission. Okay? And then with the Seven of Pentacles, it's about you, you know, having somebody come into your life that is going to invest in you and the relationship, and you doing the same with them. The both of you prioritizing each other and prioritizing this relationship. And then with the Empress card, Taurus, Libra energy, it is about you standing in your power, knowing your worth, getting more in touch with your softer side and realizing that there is love and there is life and there is happiness after tragedy, after these you know, fucked up connections, after the abuse that you've suffered. There is still a potential and a chance and an opportunity to have exactly what it is you want when it comes to love. Okay? All right. So in the future, we've got the Running card showing up here. It says ghosting, disappearing, invisible. Okay? Let me clarify this and see what Spirit wants to say about it. Okay, yeah, it's about putting an ending to this, because we got the Queen of Swords, air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is Spirit telling you with the Queen of Swords, it's about you, you know, putting an end to the repression, like you repressing your feelings, because the Queen of Swords is the energy you're coming out in, Aquarius, right? This is about you realizing, yes, you've been through a lot. Yes, there's been a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. Some of you have gone through divorces. There could have been deaths in your family. There may have been a lot of things that you've experienced throughout this lifetime. But you also have good news. You have a strong connection, a mutual attraction. You have your soulmate coming your way. And it's about you liberating yourself from this energy, right? Burying these skeletons here. Healing them. Healing the things you've gone through. And burying these skeletons that are falling out of your closet. So that you can, you know, be free and happy to step into this connection with this new person, okay? And letting go of that, you know, those runners. Letting the runners, if they want to run, let they fucking asses run. Keep running. Don't come back, you know? Then the last card we have here is lusting, okay? It's talking about forbidden, non-committal sexual energy. This could also talk about like you being in taboo relationships, because I feel like for a lot of you with the last connection, it might have been taboo in some kind of way, like an age gap, right? You know, whoever the female is in the relationship or was in the relationship could have been the older person, right? Because that's something that tends to be looked down upon when older women want to be with younger men. It could also, you know, just be, like I said, different backgrounds, different religions, different races, things that, you know, in society normally, you know, there's a problem. Somebody normally has a problem with it. That's what I feel like this is talking about. But this is also talking about, I feel like, the lust between you and this new person. And this could also be the lusting from this person from the past, because that's what it was about for them. It was about, you know, what was between your legs and not wanting to have a committed connection with you. Okay? So to clarify, we've got the Six of Cups showing up here, and we also have the Ace of Pentacles. So you are stepping into a new future where, you know, you got somebody coming back from the past, a soulmate, you know, and you're stepping into a long-term, stable, and committed connection, a grounded connection, a secure connection where you're going to be loved. You know, this person's going to see your value from the jump off from the beginning. Okay, they're already in love with you, and you're stepping into the love life of a lifetime. Okay, true love. Okay, so now we're going to get some messages from Spirit, and then after that, we're going to get some messages from your person. This was really short. This was a really short read. So we've got letting go here. It says, I let go of what no longer serves me to make space for new beginnings. It says you need to let go to make room for new things in your life, or you must let go to give someone else the space they need to grow. Let go because holding on is too painful. The angels remind you letting go is not always easy, but it's always worth it. Okay, so this is you know, letting go of everything, surrendering, and just realizing that what is for you will not pass you by. What you want, what you've, you know, deserved and desired is going to show up, but it's just going to show up at the time, in the timing that is right for you and your person. Okay, all right, let's get a message from your person. I'm going to get you some extra messages. Shh, don't tell nobody. Okay, so it says, we are a perfect match made in heaven. Okay. We get a different one. These messages got to be short because I lost my voice. I got sick earlier this last week, and I had Spirit made me, you know, I completely lost my voice. I wouldn't have been able to give any readings at all anyway. And so I am keeping these short because you can still hear my voice kind of going in and out, and you can hear the cold, and I'm not wanting to overdo it. Okay. So we've got awakening. It says, I'm going through a spiritual awakening right now. I'm transforming into the person I've chosen to become. Okay. So your person is working on, you know, again, being their best selves. And, you know, being in a healthy place so that they can let you in. All right. Then we've got, can you hear me whisper your name? So this person, I feel like they dream about you because I hear that song. I can dream about you if I can hold you tonight. That's what I hear. Okay. So, and then see, it says, I wish you were next to me. Okay. At the bottom of the deck. Okay, look, I'm gonna get you another card. Don't tell nobody. I ain't get nobody else this card. I ain't get nobody else one of these. Okay, so we've got the deception card showing up here. It says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. It's your person. It's the soulmate. They're wearing a mask because they're not allowed to show you who they are until the time is right. The activation has to occur when it's time for it to. Okay? All right, Aquarius. Look, your reading was only 13 minutes. I hope this helped. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. I love y'all. As always, bye, Aquarius. Hi, Pisces. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we are going to see whatever Spirit wants to tell you, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started, okay? Here we go. Pisces, please. Okay, Pisces, this card comes out for everybody, this one. Okay, overall energy for this reading is the bluff card. So it says pretending, mask, exaggeration. I feel like, you know, this is what you've had to do when it comes to your love life. It may have been other areas of your life as well. It's not just about the fact that your past person wore a mask and didn't show you who they truly were. I feel like you haven't been able to be your authentic self at all in your, I feel like the only time you're your authentic self is when you're with, you're by yourself, okay? Because I feel like the times that you have tried to show people who you truly are, you may have gotten punished for it, okay? Because the last person you were with, I feel like they wore a mask too. They weren't about to allow you to be your authentic self because they didn't feel like they would be accepted if they were going to be authentic. And so if they weren't allowed to be authentic, you wasn't going to be allowed to be authentic either, okay? Underneath this, we have heart fog. So it's saying mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. I feel like this is the culmination of all these connections you've been in where, you've had a lot of mixed signals, a lot of people blocking your emotions, you feeling messed up because of the things that you've been exposed to, okay? So we've got the shallow card showing up here as well. It's talking about hollow, empty, boredom. This is made, this again, I feel like are symptoms of the fallout from these relationships that you've been in, okay? But this is about, having a new perspective now, realizing that you're going to be better off, that you're headed towards or walking into a period of happiness and a new, clearer headspace, okay? Okay, so we're going to start by clarifying the bluff card. You got 5 cards that fell. You're the only sign that got 5. Everybody else's was 4. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles here to clarify this bluff card. So I feel like, this is Spirit saying that you spent a great deal of your life being stuck, right? Being caged in, not only by people's behavior, but by negative thoughts and limiting beliefs. And with this Ace of Pentacles, Spirit is telling you, you got a new situation coming. Because look at the donut, right? It's rolling downhill. And I feel like it's going to run right over this 8 of Swords card. It's going to roll right over it. And so this is about you crushing those negative thoughts and limiting beliefs and realizing that you're stepping into a new timeline where what you want to have, what you've always wanted to have is possible. Okay? Okay, so we have 5 cards, like I said, that fell. We have healing, all right? Then we have shocking. We have possibilities. We have peace. And then the last card is return, all right? So let's start by looking at the healing card. So it says releasing, purifying, cleansing. I feel like this is what you've been doing, or if you haven't been doing it, this is the recommendation from Spirit. Also, I feel like this is what your person has been doing, this new person, this soulmate that is about to step into your life, okay? So we have the Judgment card and the Knight of Pentacles that is, that are clarifying the healing card. So I feel like this is Spirit just saying this healing is going to bring you a second chance at love, and it's going to bring somebody into your life with the Knight of Pentacles, which is an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart towards Virgo, Capricorn, is bringing you somebody in who is very ambitious, somebody, who's going to give you that stability, the groundedness, the just what it is you need, right? You need, I'm tired, y'all. Y'all are the last sign I'm tired. So this is about, grounding, stability, having what it is that you want, a stable, committed connection, okay? That's what's coming in, even though it's moving slowly. But it's moving slowly to give both of you time to heal, okay? All right. Okay, then we've got the shocking card showing up here. It says turmoil, trouble, the unexpected, okay? So there may have been some things in your life that have shocked you, things that people have done, reactions to certain things that, you didn't expect, or this could be, people coming in and, showing you sides of themselves that, just made your mouth fall open, okay? Let's see. This one too, Spirit? You want this one? Okay. So we've got, to clarify the shocking card, we have the Death card, which is Scorpio energy, and we also have the 2 of Cups. So this is about, strong connection, mutual attraction. So this is what Spirit is saying, is that, you know, this is going to come as a shock when this person comes into your life, because it's going to be when you least expect it, right? It's going to be the unexpected. And so it's about you transforming, right? Putting an end to things that are no longer serving you, so you can open up, heal yourself, open up, and let in this new love, this soulmate, because the Two of Cups is a soulmate card. Okay? Then we've got possibilities showing up here. Okay? It says free-spirited, adventure, risks. This is what I feel like you and your person, your relationship together is going to be like. There's going to be a lot of adventure. You'll never have a dull moment with this person, is what I feel like. Okay? This person is going to be somebody very adventurous, somebody that likes, you know, y'all are going to have a lot of similarities when it comes to the hobbies that you both like to engage in. And I feel like you're also going to add to the list of things that you enjoy doing. You're going to learn new things that you're going to be, you know, enjoying together. And it's going to be, you know, nothing but a nonstop thrill ride and a lot of enjoyment. I'm not saying you're not going to have your ups and downs, because that's life. And that's, you know, this is a real relationship, and in a real relationship you have ups and downs. But I also feel like, even though, you know, there will be ups and downs, that the majority of this relationship, you're going to have a good time with each other. You're really going to get to know each other. You're really going to open up to each other and have what it is you've always wanted to have. Okay? Hold on one second. Excuse me. Okay, let's clarify. So we've got the Three of Swords and the Queen of Swords showing up here. The Queen of Swords, air sign, or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So you've been through a lot of heartbreak with this Three of Swords. You've been pulled into third parties. There's been a lot of, you know, heartbreak, breakup, separation with this Three of Swords. And with the Queen of Swords, I feel like that's what you've morphed into because of the things you experienced with the Three of Swords. So Spirit is saying, you know, the Queen of Swords can talk about somebody who's really been through it when it comes to love relationships. And, you know, he or she can have repressed emotions, right? Things that are like roiling and boiling under the surface. And I feel like Spirit is saying it's time for you to dig down deep and deal with those things and let them out, you know, and heal them and put down that sword, right? So that you'll be open to having, you know, these adventurous times with this new person that's coming into your life. Okay, then to end things up or end them out, we have two cards here. We have the Peace card and we have Return. So let's look at Peace first. It's talking about balance, harmony, friendship. That's what you're going to have with this person. They're going to bring in the balance, you know, and I feel like the both of you are going to meet in the middle and balance each other out. You know, like I said, it's going to be a very healing connection for both of you. It's talking about, you know, harmony, friendship. And like I said, I'm not saying that you will never have a bad time with this person. I am saying that the majority of the relationship, I feel like at least 75% of the relationship is going to be, you know, a beautiful thing that you know, you and this person are going to be good. Okay. But you're going to have tests. You're going to have things that are going to happen, because that's what strengthens the relationship, is when you go through things with people. That's why you're as strong as you are, Pisces, because you've been tested. You've gone through all these things, right? You've had people drag you and abuse you and talk to you crazy and make you feel devalued and all those things. And the reason why, even though it seems like the craziest shit in the world, the reason why these things have happened is because it makes you more resilient. It makes you stronger. These lessons are, you know, like my grandmother always used to say, God rest her soul. Bought sense is better than none at all, right? Once you've been through something and you've experienced it, nobody can ever take that experience from you. You will have it until the day you die, probably going on into the next lifetime, if you believe in reincarnation. So these things have to happen in order for you to, you know, you wouldn't know how strong you were if you didn't go through the things you went through. You wouldn't know how strong your relationship is going to be with this person and what the two of you can withstand if you didn't go through ups and downs. That's why you gonna have people jealous and talking shit and trying to, you know, come between you and your person, because it's all of it's a learning experience, right? All of it is about you testing your mettle and knowing, you know, how strong you are, and you know, you gotta, it's like being on the battlefield, right? How do you know if you're a warrior if you don't get out there and you don't fight, right? That's what all this is about at the end of the day. Okay, let's clarify. So we have two cards that fell here. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and we've got the King of Pentacles, Earth sign or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So like I said, this person's going to come into your life, bring a lot of balance, a lot of stability, harmony, friendship. This person, like I said, is not going to just be a lover's relationship. You and this person will be friends. You will be able to laugh with each other, you know, just hold hands and lay down and sit and talk to each other, and you know, just take and spend time. This is someone that you won't just love them, you will like them as well. Because you know, sometimes you love people and you look at them fuckers sometimes and you be like, ooh, I love your ass, but I can't fucking stand you. I don't even like you. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. You know what I'm talking about. You can love somebody and fucking can't stand them at the same time, dislike them at the same time. And so this is going to be somebody that you genuinely like, somebody that is going to be your friend, if not your best friend, okay? And it's just talking about like this person being your life partner, and there being a lot of stability, a lot of, you know, support, okay? A lot of, you know, you having each other's back, a lot of ride or die in this situation, okay? Then the last card we have here, Pisces, is talking about return, about this person coming back from past lives that you've experienced together, right? It says second chance, opportunity, making amends. Like I said, for a small portion of you, don't take the message if it's not yours, there was some type of false start between you and this person. And it is about the two of you coming together and fixing what was broken, right? Or what was, I don't know how, whatever way you want to put it, what was injured or whatever you want to say. Excuse me. Ooh. So we have the Nine of Cups and the Six of Cups that fell. So this person, this return, this second chance at love is going to be your wish fulfillment, what you've always wished for, okay? And then with the Six of Cups, this is talking about this past life love, this past life connection, this person being your soulmate. Okay, let's get a message from Spirit, and we're going to get some messages from your person and see what they want to tell you. Okay, it says focus, all right? It says, I can choose what I want to focus on. As you work on your goals, recognize you need to take a step back and really focus on what you're trying to accomplish. Whether you're starting a new goal or already in the midst of it, the angels are urging you to have good organization and lots of preparation in place. So this is about you, you know, deciding what it is you want, Pisces, and just going for it and realizing that you can have whatever it is you want to have in this life. It has to do with mindset, how you show up, how you deal with your limiting beliefs, so that, you know, you can be in alignment and bring in what you want, okay? All right, let's get a message from your person. Let's see what they want to tell you before I let you go. Okay, we've got, I dream about a future with you, okay? So this person, you know, they haven't stopped thinking about you. They champing at the bit and wanting to be with you just like you want to be with them, okay? It's not one-sided at all. All that one-sided shit is on out the door. But you have to do your part to kick it on out the door and keep it on out the door and slam the door on it by, you know, making sure you do your healing, okay? All right, Pisces, I hope this helped. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Love you, Pisces. Bye.